Night and I can't see straight. I'm hoping that I'll make it tomorrow, but right now I can't feel my face. I'm intoxicated, I'm a waste. Hoping I can drown the sorrows, but I love that bitter taste. So I'm addicted to you. Visions of you. Come closer, 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 closer. Come closer, 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 closer. Visions of you. Intoxicated, I'm a waste. Hoping I can drown the sorrows, but I love that bitter taste. Visions of you. Half past 9 and I can't see straight. I'm hoping that I'll make it tomorrow, but right now I can't feel my face.
This live stream is sponsored by SCL, an all-in-one CS2 training platform with a practice server, 2D viewer, and unique training modes like Defense Mode. Defend sites against bot executes that get harder every round. And Trade Fire, a pre-fire mode where enemies actually try to trade you. You can run every mode in co-op and track your progress and stats across all your training. Plus, you get an advanced 2D demo viewer. Use code Crossfire40 for 40% off your first month. That's under $3.
Hey everybody, I'm joined by Cobra, the op from Club 333, the second grand finalist here at Crossfire Season 5. Cobra, congratulations on making the grand finals with your squad, and thanks a lot for taking the time out of your day to do this interview with me.
I did. Appreciate it, dude.
Hell yeah. We had a little bit of a chat prior to the start, and I figured we could just dive straight into this. I like doing the history first. Now, you and Club 333 have been together for 4 seasons, starting in Open 910 and working your way all the way to the tippy top of Advanced, falling just 1 spot short to Chicken Coop in the ESEA Finals. Can you walk us through that journey from Open 910 all the way to the Finals, and however you want to say it?
Yeah, so I've actually been playing with Jose, or Secret Agent, for like probably 8 years now. He was like the first IGL that kind of like picked me up and, you know, I guess like discovered me a little bit from Rank G. So I've known him a lot longer than I have like just these 4 open seasons. But I took a little bit of a break from playing for a couple semesters of college, I would say. And I guess not too long ago, 4 seasons ago, he hit me up with a little project that he was starting. And we were going to start from open, and We did pretty good in Open. I think we qualified for main. And then for main, we made a couple roster changes. I think we added Ryan, like Freakazoid, and we ended up topping main and getting first place in there. And from there, we got to advanced and we qualified for our first ECL Cup during that. And there's been a couple roster changes. You know, some people have been like poached or taken, or we had to switch some people around. But yeah, now we're pretty comfortable in advanced. I would say
So
that
so you have a long history with Secret Agent. He finds you,
yeah,
and with a strong IGL and a powerful op, you're able to make your way through advanced and reach the pretty much the tippy top of North American Counter-Strike, top 10, top 15 style team. And in the background, you have a coach on your roster, Valens, legendary major winning coach. We had a little bit of a chat about him. What's his involvement with this team?
yeah. So depending upon his like availability and schedule, you know, he's got a full-time job outside of this. So he's involved as much as he is able to, or whatever is comfortable for him to be able to do. I would say he was most involved during our main run when we went, I think 13-1 in the regular season and then 8-1 in the playoffs. Um, but yeah, dude, I have nothing but great things to say about Valens or Soham. He's got kind of a Midas touch, so like anything that he happens to be near just like turns successful. So it's great to have him around, and I would say he's a great friend.
That's amazing. So from an open 9-10 run to the tippy top of advanced with a little bit of support from known players like Freakazoid in the scene and legendary coaches like Valens, you add all that stuff together and you find yourself in the grand finals of Crossfire Season 5, going up against the reigning champs, the 4-time grand finalists, 2-time champs, Regain. Have you done any research on these guys yet? Have you prepped for this match?
I can't say too much about how we've prepped for it. Definitely looked at their demos a little bit and, you know, what their tendencies are. I'd say everybody on our team prepares a little individually or differently for, you know, who we play against. Um, but yeah, we haven't played Regain, I don't think, in an official. So I'm not really too, you know, positive on how this match is going to go, like what it's going to be like to play against them. But I'm looking forward to it. And I guess the player I know best on that team is Grape, Brennan. I was actually on a team with him maybe a couple years ago, and he's a great guy, so I'm excited to play against him.
So all the
But
respect pushed forward to a team like Regain in the grand finals of Crossfire Season
yeah,
5. Yeah. So do you have a prediction you could give me for this? Yeah, Club Triple Three, if you take the victory, is going to be a 2-0, 2-1. How are you feeling?
my honest opinion, I think we'll take it 2-1.
Ooh,
I think we'll
okay.
win our own map picks. I think we'll win ours, and they'll win theirs. And I think map three will be I think it'll be close, and I think it'll be a good game to watch.
I like that. Two teams coming into the grand finals, both 2-1 records in the group, flawless push through the playoffs. And as we close this interview out, Cobra, I'm going to ask you, you got any shout outs, anything you want to say, anything you want to pass on to the fans who may be watching?
Yeah, shout out to the fans. I know we have a good like Latin American following. We got some people that stream all of our games and stuff and watch all their games. For me personally, shout out to my dad. He watches all my games, especially all the big ones that I play. And shout out to my friends too. That you can usually find them in the Twitch chat cheering me on or talking trash to their team or something. But
I like that.
yeah,
So
I'm
lots
excited.
of Cobra Op Club Triple Three support from multiple generations, we'll call it. But yeah, that just about wraps up our interview here. We'll send it back to the desk. Thanks a lot, Cobra.
Shit if you let them stay. So I count my ties. This is my good enough. Saying, no, I'm saying, I've been sitting, resting, and drifting. That was all that I had. But no more, said no more. I faced it. My scars won't have ghosts.
Here we are once again, the grand finale here at Crossfire, this time for season 5. It's your boy Big and Tall Matt, joined by Floofies and Will English on the buttons. This is once again going to be a phenomenal matchup here. We have Regain for it's like the 4th or 5th time at this point, you know, in the grand finals, and then Club 33, their first time playing in an event, at least this core. It's gonna be a good one. Floofies, I mean, great showing from Regain today already with their core 5 against Marsborn for the qualifier. How you feeling about it going into this one against Club 33?
I mean, when you look at that last match that Regain just played, I think they've got to have a supreme amount of confidence going into tonight. I mean, you look at the scores they had, it was a 13-1 and then 13-5, so, you know, not so great, but they did go into overtime for map number 3 to take it home in the end. So, you know, some not so great stuff at first, but I feel like they've got their warm-up out of the way. Now they're ready to conquer Crossfire Season 5.
And with the addition of Honest, let's be honest, this team has been absolutely unstoppable. Honest, like, just banging on the doors of the big leagues one of these days. Here he is debuting here, not debuting as a roster, but at least his Crossfire season finale debut, as this is going to be an absolute banger of a matchup, you know, and it's just kind of, this is like some food for thought, by the way. This is what's kind of cool about this situation. Both these teams finished second in their groups, but do you know what's funny about it? They beat each other's top seed in their respected groups. So Overtake losing to Club 33, which probably we all thought was going to be the final. Overtake versus Regain. A lot of us were thinking that, like, holy cow, just the way seeding was done, VRS, etc. These are two really great teams. And unfortunately, this is not how the cookie crumbled. Due to the seeding we have to follow with the VRS and the ESCA rankings, those two teams were in Group A. In my eyes, the group of death. But they Regain losing that matchup. But then Club 33 losing to Raised by Pixels. Get knocked out by Regain just in the semifinals, and like I said, Club 33 getting knocking out Overtake. So a fantastic series that one was as well. And now here we are in a best of 3 grand final. Floofies, what is your takeaway here, despite some roster shuffle going on to make this grand final happen?
Gosh, my question is just what kind of how do I want to put it? Do I want to put it as Hydrogen Bomb versus Coughing Baby? Because if I really look inward and listen to my heart, that's kind of what I'm feeling for this one, right? Club 333, they have a few good players. They had Laxi, they had Marky, and I don't think either of them are playing tonight. So I feel like Club 333 are going to have a struggle bus tonight. And I mean, we touched on it earlier, but Regain, not only they beat Marsborn, but I feel like it gave Honest the opportunity to be the top Ukrainian player in North America over OG Wizard. And I mean, if you look at OG Wizard, a player with a lot of promise, now we're going to see Honest on the up and up after this season. And it all starts here after they smash Club 333.
Yeah, and I'm really curious to see how this Regain core is going to be playing with Honest moving forward. I believe through Crossfire, they may have played the entire playoffs. I can't remember correctly on top of my head, but regardless, Honest as an addition is fantastic. This dude has been just absolutely nuts. That's like the easiest way to put it, honestly. Within just like, I feel like the last 3 months, you could just talk about his last 3 months stats and just be like, yeah, this guy's next up. Truthfully, that's the easiest way you can go ahead and put it. But I'm kind of with you as well. What's interesting about today with Regain, we were talking about the roster situation, Club 33. There is no Dirk or Dark, however you want to go ahead and pronounce that, for tonight for the side of Regain. Is Fizenko a familiar face, which is fantastic because guess what? He knows how everybody plays, but Honest, and that's, well, honestly, pretty good. You don't got to rely on Honest for anything except for Honest, go kill. Truthfully, this guy can hold his own, but this is going to be a great one. I guess we can talk about the maps now for tonight.
Well, I do want to quickly bring up Fuzenko since you did bring him up, and he's going to be an interesting player on Regain just because so often he ends up with the plus Fuzenko minus Fuzenko. But yeah, all right, maps. Let's dive right in. Inferno, picked by Regain. This is actually where Club 333 managed to take the advantage versus Overtake Sector. So I think, but it's also Regain's stomping grounds as well. And if I had to guess who I thought was going to come out on top, it's going to be Regain. Like, from every angle, it's going to be Regain. And then we go to Dust. We go to the place where oppers love to have a good time. And that's the one that I actually could call into question a little bit. Without the Opper Dirk for Regain, that could be where clubs get to punch back. Now, I don't know how much they're going to get to punch back because how much can I rehash the same thing?
Yeah. Hey, you know, if we're gonna go ahead and sum up everything that we went ahead and talked about, and now we're looking at this map pool. If you're gonna see Hydrogen Bomb versus Coughing Baby, and I see those maps, I'm saying Pugger's Paradise. Anything is possible on these maps. It is the puggiest pug map pool you can pug and get, honestly. So we'll see how it goes up. I think anything is possible, but I do believe. I see you putting your finger up. Are you trying to get? Never mind.
There was one
2-0 for Regain.
2-0 for
That's
Regain.
what I'm predicting.
I did want to say, you're right, that we have a good puggy map pool tonight, and I hope everybody's ready for this to be the last chance that Overpass is played, because it got banned. So, goodbye, Overpass.
Yeah. Womp womp. I miss Overpass. That was probably the... I have my quarrels with it. They get rid of Train, which I hated to begin with, but I liked watching it.
I like Train.
And then now they bring Cash. Don't get me wrong. Cash is cool. That'll be here for season 6 of Crossfire. More info after the match, by the way. Stay tuned for that if you're a fan. But you know, it doesn't even matter. The map picks don't even or the bans, the picks, excuse me, they don't even matter for tonight, because guess what? Overpass was already banned by Regain. It was their second ban, so maybe we would have seen it. No, we wouldn't have. There's no way. I don't think either of these teams really played Overpass, unfortunately. That's one of my favorite maps to play, watch, and cast. So, I mean, closing thoughts before we can, you know, I know Bat has a crap ton to say about these two teams. I know Blakert does too. I mean, Floofies, do you have any more thoughts about, you know, how these two are going to match up here tonight, besides coughing Baby Hydrogen Bomb situation?
I mean, I think the only place that I think clubs could really take a scalp is if the opping really makes the difference for Dust 2. I think that Inferno is just going to be a one-sided affair, so I'm going to look to see if that T side really looks strong, because if we do end up taking things to Mirage, then I mean, it's still probably going to be Regain. They just beat Marsborn on Mirage, but I want to try and give a little bit of silver lining to clubs.
And I think with that being said, we can head it on over to the casting desk. Boys, Blakert, Bat, take it away.
A little bit of a one-sided desk, I think. The 2-0 coming in from Floofies and Big and Tall Matt. Thanks, boys, for giving us the breakdown this chat deserved. But now it's time for the casters to yap. I'm Mr. Henry Bat, and of course, joined in another grand finalist here at Crossfire for the 5th one. Blakert, my man, what's up?
I am excited to see whether or not we're going to see a three-peat from Regain, or if we're going to see what some would call the upset of Crossfire Season 5. But regardless of whoever you're cheering for, this is an absolute slugfest that, I mean, our analysts both talk about. I mean, Cobra even kind of mentioned that he's expecting this to go all 3 maps. So I'm really interested to see how this one goes.
100%. Now, you and I have been chatting for the better part of, I don't know, half an hour about this, and it always comes back to the same thing. 80% win rate on Inferno and Dust 2 for Regain. Their 2 best maps. And it just so happens that Club 333 picked into Inferno. It's like a Dirk playground on the CT side. Now, Big and Tall Matt gave us some info about who might be showing up and who might not be. We're going to have to wait till we get in the server to see exactly who it is. But again, what do you think? 2-0 for Regain, or do you think that Cobra's prediction of a 2-1, both teams picking up their own map picks, will be the way she goes?
So the one thing I'll touch on with the map stats that you brought up is that is for Regain's HLTV page in general. In Crossfire Season 5, Regain have a 100% win rate on 4 maps of Inferno and a 100% win rate on 3 maps of Dust 2. So
scary scenes.
If I'm a fan, I'm wanting to see all 3 maps in a 2-1 affair. I think if it goes 3 maps, we're going to see a 2-1 for Regain, but in my heart, it's telling me 2-0 Regain pulling off that 3-peat.
Now, Club 333 did pick up Dust 2 against some pretty powerful teams in the SEA Advanced, right? In the playoffs, they played against Chicken Coop and they beat them 13-6. It was a pretty powerful stance from them. But on the other side, it's Regain, right? This is the team that's been in Crossfire Grand Finals 5 times. They've won it twice with relative ease. These guys kind of just show up. Now, I had an interview with Sasha earlier as well. I don't want to give too much away, but he doesn't seem too stressed about this Grand Finals. But if it is Inferno Map 1, Blaker, what's your score prediction? What do you think it's going to be?
I'm expecting a 13-7, and I'll also mention that we can't forget that Regain have won Crossfire in the past with 4 of the Infinity Stones. They just added Honest to their lineup, and that's like giving Thanos the whole gauntlet. So I think that map number 1 is going to be a relative swift one from the side of Regain in that 13-7 fashion. I think Dust 2 will be interesting, but I don't think it'll be necessarily one-sided as in Inferno. I think we're going to see maybe a 13-11, something closer like that.
The CT side is where Regain is going to start on Inferno. And that 13-7 scoreline, I don't want to say seems like a pipe dream, because Club 333 are pretty powerful on it. We just got word that Marky will be joining the server. He just finished up at the Blast Open. I think they just beat Nut 2-0. So him stepping in, a powerful performance in the semifinals to carry them on to the Grand Finals is probably going to be the weighing factor. But I have to agree, 13-7, maybe 13-8 if the Pistols go Club 333's way. But we know how aggressive Regain can be. And as for Dust 2, I do want to see a third map. I'm going to give the advantage the opposite direction. The map pick is for Regain, but I think Club 333 CT side, aggression towards top mid is going to be the name of the game for them. And I think it's going to be like a 13-10, because I think Regain will take their foot off the gas. Grapes B site, to me as a caster, that's why I'm standing back here. Maybe I should be on the analyst desk. I don't think Grapes B site is super powerful. I think he's late to the rotates through CT spawn. He doesn't have the confidence to take solo cat fights when it's a odd numbered retake. And I think Mirage is going to be map number 3. And the fact that Marky just got off of a win on Mirage, a different team with Voka, I think we're going the 3. We're going all 3.
Yeah, I mean, I'll also mention Henry Bat, which I feel like I've been doing a lot of already, but Regain also just beat Marsborn on Mirage, so a little bit of an interesting tick for you there. But still, I think all 3 maps are going to be absolutely banging. That third one, if we need it, but still the first 2, absolute slugfest till the end and into overtime if we need it. I might have just cursed it, but still, I think that we are all in for a treat tonight, and I think we have Inferno on the horizon, but we just have to wait a few more minutes. So, Henry Bat, the one thing I'll ask you is, you got to talk to Cobra in terms of him expecting all 3 maps. Did you kind of get any off-putting vibes, or was it that same kind of cool, calm, and collected that you briefly touched Sasha was on?
I think the basics Cobra sort of mentioned to me is the fact that Secret Agent has a plan. Right, they get in the server every night, they have their set up their routine, and they're ready for it, right? This is going to be patter for them. This is going to be them just kind of rolling through the steps, making sure that they follow their defaults and wait for any kind of Regain aggression. I don't think Cobra is too nervous about this one, right? Second place with a team that's only 4 seasons deep is not a bad showing for Club 333. They got second in the SEA finals. They're making it through open qualifiers. These guys are a team on the up and up, and the fact that they're already here says a lot about them. So Cobra, with a good crew behind him, a Mexican core behind him, I think he's pretty happy where he is. So no, I don't think there's too many shaky feelings over on the Club 333 camp.
Fair enough, and I think the advantage that they do have as well is kind of considering that they've embraced that, or I would presume they've embraced that underdog role, especially facing off against Regain. They don't really have any pressure at their backs. All they have is the win, so hopefully that will be enough for them to really soar through. But Henry Bat, we have made it. We are heading into map number 1 between Regain and Club 333, that being the map pick of Regain. It's Inferno, with Club 333 on the CT side and Regain on their attack. But still, we went right into a tech pause, so maybe a little bit longer until we get to see some action.
Is that real life? Oh, okay. Regain picked Inferno. My bad. I'm reading it wrong. That's me, idiot. This is what it is. Well, we got a little bit of a tech pause. Chat, who's out there? Who's a Regain fan? Who's a Club 333 fan? Cobra was telling me his friends join chat consistently, and his dad is usually around. So, anybody in chat cheering for either squad, let us know as the pistol round about to commence. Top right, you'll see your maps. Top left, you'll see the one we're on right now. Club Triple Three, Morrow, Mason, Cobra, Marky, Secret Agent, Regain, Dirk, Grape, Zukar, Honest, and Sasha. Let's get after it.
Yeah, and I mean, surprisingly enough, we thought that Fuzenko was going to be needed into the Regain lineup, but all 5 are in attendance, and Marky, I mean, the last time we watched Marky, which I believe was in, or against Raised by Pixels, he was able to have a great deal of impact. And Cobra with the dual Berettas awaits in upper B for this hit, but the utility's already been displaced. Cobra still collecting information, but goes for the fight into apartments and is successful. Finds a great flank as well to convert a second. Can't find the hat trick quite yet. It's Honest to be the sole proprietor of any sort of kills on this A bomb site, and Secret Agent and Co. have already pushed them far enough back to where Mason can find a backstab, but it might not be needed, and Mason just narrowly ducks around the corner.
Oh, that's a good hold on site from Club Triple Three, and Honest has to try to peel this one back. It'd be a 1v5 if he can find it. He needs the ace, and that gap closing quickly. Mason collects the final frag, and Club Triple Three posts the first, and their patience pays off, Blakert. Let's go. We got a match in our hands.
We do indeed. I mean, we touched on how Regain have a little bit lower of a win percentage, but Club Triple Three still, I think, are very versatile. That 100% on 4 maps played in Crossfire Season 5. However, for the side of Regain, like we talked about, it's about combating the firepower that Honest himself brings into the server, and combining that with the AWP that Dirk should supposedly get. I'm really excited to see how this one goes later into the stages, but Henry Bat, I think for the T side of Regain, is there anything in particular that you're looking for them to really try and pull off?
I don't know if it's anything to pull off per se, because this is a pretty level-headed team. We know this is a top North American squad. One thing I really want to look for, though, is an economical advantage from them, right? If they're at a disadvantage, I don't want to see them forcing into it. This is a good start. Honest with the Deagle because he got a couple of frags in the pistol, but they're going to have everything to play with moving forward. Because Club Triple Three, this is a team with setups. You can see it already coming through. Heavy banana utility forces them back, and now into an apps pop. And Club Triple Three ready for this one. Morrow in pit, Secret Agent on site, and they're going to chop them up with this little bit of a crossfire supported by Cobra from Library.
Yeah, it should be easy pickings for Club Triple Three. But as soon as Honest doesn't actually see anything, it feels like a little bit of a fallback. Whether or not that's a facade becomes the next question. Rape going to be the next to poke his head out, but Sasha still doing that same exact task back towards brackets. Marky's tucked into the cubby, so there won't be any information collected, just playing off the contact from Cobra. But Morrow strikes first, able to rip the head from the shoulders, goes for the repeat, but can't convert. It's going to be Marky to activate from Arch side. Dirk able to find a kill with the Desert Eagle, and it's just a commiseration frag because he will not find anything else but his face flat into the dirt. It's 2-0 for Club Triple Three. Henry Bat, the other thing I wanted to touch on is that we're going to get to see the new iteration of the bomb explosion in this matchup. Ooh. We're not on the new map pool, but still on that newest update. And I don't believe we're on the update with the 1 damage being spread across the map, but still, I think that aim punch from that shockwave still exists.
Yeah, that's going to be a fun one. I noticed that today, and I was like, oh, this is pretty nice. Being one who's been part of explosions before, that shockwave is a real thing. Maybe not to the full extent we see in the game, but it'll knock an HP off you or 2 in real life. Here we go, Regain with the rifles, and they just got to play patient here. They know Club Triple Three's util so far has been pretty strong. Yeah, they haven't really tested it, but it's been plentiful. They don't hold back. They block those choke points quite quickly and frequently, and Regain just have to play with their food for a minute while those belts run dry. Default slow and steady here as Club Triple Three still maintain control, but it's going to be a quick call from Sasha here to take space at either banana or brackets. Where does he want to go as he kind of just pokes around bottom mid?
I almost think they're just waiting for Club Triple Three to try and play the close angles with this bonus round they do have on hand. See utility being prepped up towards B, but Zukar not going to pull the pin all the way. Goes towards car to block any information.
Against Marsborn, eh? Just moments ago. Yeah, I think it was 1.41 against Marsborn. But execute on the horizon here, Secret Agent. Along with Mason, lesser weaponry, holding this site down, rotates coming through. They're bolstered by an extra flash and smoke to block the line, and Regain gonna punch on through. It's a first frag, making a double for Secret Agent as he goes fully blind. Sasha collects the trade, but Mason, quick on the rotate, not good enough. Brennan gonna punch the numbers in, 1v2 in the post.
Yes, 17 seconds turned into 40. Reap's going for this aggression into Church. 6 bullets left in the magazine. Morrow is having some hesitations about actually pushing this agenda forward. Waiting for Cobra to arrive and start clearing out some of the site section, but still trying to isolate the fights, is able to convert the first, but might not know that Morrow is already crossed. He's expecting this left side angle, but he's quickly switched to the right. It's a 4K for Grape in the first round on the board for Regain.
An expensive one. Club 333 probably not upset about that. There's worse ways to lose rounds. They're going to come back with a purchase in this one, but it might not be as heavy-handed as Regain expects. Secret Agent can probably drop something for a teammate. Goes for the MP9 purchase instead of getting an M4. Marky on a Deagle. Mac-10's on the opposite side is Regain. Survive with 1. And around 4 we go. A chance for Club 333 to break Regain and vice versa. It's just default utility from both sides of the map.
Cobra with the op already posted towards Car and Banana. I'll be interested to see whether or not Club 333 actually try and take some of this control from Regain, but Grape's going to be the first offender. Jumps up into the window, but he's going to be quickly snuffed out. Marky makes the exit, but still, Regain are corralling towards B. It feels like their minds are already made up. And the fact that they're going to have to contend with the AWP that Cobra has brought to the table makes this all that much more interesting. Honest taking the first contact, able to take that op that I was just talking about and throw it into the dirt. But the Molotov has stopped Regain for the time being. Zukar's going to be first up on the chopping block, and he has a Mac-10 to create the space, but Honest by his hip is able to convert a second. So Regain have pretty convincingly busted down this door that once was the B-bomb site. But Honest, being left on 9 HP, and has been a majority of the firepower in previous matches, still has some heavy lifting to do. It's Morrow with an M4, Marky with a Desert Eagle, maybe just trying to find some exit frags, and Marky actually recovers an AK-47 for his troubles, so a definite save coming in. It's going to be Regain to tie us up at 2-2. Heading into round number 5, and Henry Bat, this is a good start if you're Regain, especially on the T side of Inferno.
Very good start. They found the timing to fight against Cobra's jiggle peek, I guess. He just got pre-fired from Honest. He was trying to play a little bait and switch off Secret Agent, and he couldn't find the time. Instead, he found a 7.62 to the dome. And Regain going to probably force Club 333 into narrow, deep waters that they don't want to be in. They're going to have an AK and an M4 in this round, but probably not much more behind it. A couple of pieces of utility, and this should be a Regain special. Mac-10 for Zukar and some speed. Let's see if they can convert a third.
And you'll notice that both of the rifles for Club 333 are posted towards this A-bomb site. The setup's still pending. They're both leaning towards lane, but the boost is actually going to come in, and I like this play, especially when Regain might have the intuition that this could be a lesser buy. The utility will definitely be on point.
Secret Agent's been given extra utility towards Banana, but how patient is he with it? Triple nades gives information, but no rotate just yet. They're taking the space, but they're patient with it, and so Secret Agent with that smoke. I mentioned he's got a second one in tow, so it's just play to defend as Honest and Brennan. Grape. Look for this first contact, but it's a 4-piece waiting for them on the other side.
Yeah, they might bite off more they can chew here. Mentioned it's a 4-piece. That's Soda just hanging out on the B-bomb site. This Crossfire has already been established, and don't forget we still have the player on top of Boost to offer assistance, but the flashbang hits, and Honest is able to wrangle the spray. Mason's going to be the one to find the trade, but it's a little too late. A Secret Agent, man, you mentioned had more utility than what he could offer, is swiftly shut down. It's a third round for Regain, and the fact that they broke the stack of the rifles in that kind of fashion feels spectacular.
They understood what was on the other side. That block smoke came down. Sasha calls them back. He just leaves Zukar there with the Mac-10. Says, hold. Everybody else comes back. A quick flash and a double peek out of Boiler in mid, and they collect 4 off the back of it. Club 333 stays stoic in the stack, but couldn't find the frags. Regain up to 3. Purchase does come back for Club 333, and they have most of what they need, but by about a minute, those belts will be fully dry, and Regain will have all the information and space they need. Right forward now towards brackets. The apple of the eye for Regain as they move quickly on this one, and they might catch Morrow and Boiler.
The fact that Honest is able to find that kill is ridiculous. Cobra, of course, finishing it off with the Molotov, but Cobra, sleep at the wheel, walks through the smoke. Sasha will be the one to chop his goal off, and push is still happening towards lane. There's a player towards balcony. That's going to be Marky to collect his first skull, but the MAC-10s are too quick with their movement. There's a fast rotation into arches, that being Mason, but still, we see Secret Agent a little bit late on this rotation through mid, and there's an opportunity for Grape to really clutch this round, and he's been put in the position to do so, but he's missed the timing of Mason, so an opportunity thrown out the window is an opportunity taken by someone else.
Sasha missed the opportunity on site. I don't think that timing came through. You know, Grape missed the opportunity to find the boiler fight, and he capitalized on the mid-cross instead. Regain up to 4 now, and that's a tricky economy on the CT side. Maybe Club 333 take a little bit of attack timeout and count their chickens here, because they're slowly losing this map after a good pistol and conversion. Smokes, MP9s, pistols.
I don't think we can write them off just yet.
No, of course not.
I think that, like Cobra had mentioned, Secret Agent definitely has a plan, so I think that there is some grand strategy to what's about to occur, but not if you can't beat the AK bullets that Zukar is shooting out. Another HE to clear out the close sandbags position, but Secret Agent tuck in right after it explodes.
Oh, no!
Okay.
Oh, Dirk.
Okay.
Just having fun, man. This is the Regain that I know. They just pre-fire the smokes. They wait for your utility to be used. It's a super annoying team because they're also patient. Sasha has great command and control on these guys, and when he plays the push and pull on his favorite map of Inferno, not many can stop him. Like you mentioned, 100% win rate on these two maps over Crossfire, 80% on HLTV. And now they're executing on the solo, no armored MP9, 70 HP Cobra. He's going to get burned out. And his eyes are going to go black here in a second.
Flashbang towards CD to prevent a peek. Cobra not going to offer much of a defense, especially with the MP9 against the AKs. But still, the 5-7s have arrived. The remaining 2 players being the double M's, Morrow and Marky. But how much can you actually do? There's spam coming through that CT smoke, which is an inclination of where one of these players are, but Marky's still tucked into church and hasn't made his position known just yet. And I'm not sure if you noticed the last time that Regain were able to get the bomb to explode on this B-bomb site, they all went into church to survive the explosion. So possibly a little bit of a same mind game being played from Marky, able to recover an AK, but doesn't know the whole squad is going to back up Zukar. Dirk will find the kill instead. It's now going to be a fight to actually make an exit, because I believe that Dirk needs to actually run. I feel like Grape or Sasha was the only one that can actually survive, but we'll see with these new changes. And yeah, everyone actually survives into church, so an interesting result there. But 5 rounds for Regain, and Club 333 still feel a little bit lost early on, but this rifle round I have some high hopes for.
Let's see what Cobra can get done. He's got the big green back in his hands. He got snuffed out by an honest pre-fire the last time. And I don't think he's going to want to go for one of those cheeky fights too early. If someone tries to get him to play an action he doesn't want to, he might just say, nay, nay. But for his own fights at his own time. Sasha straight up the guts of mid. Going to try to get a pop through this smoke, and he's got honest with him. Okay, they slow down. Your heads prevail here is round 8. Starts to show some cracks. Morrow about to get isolated. But it is going to be that pop through the mid smoke here as it fades.
And Cobra's on the rotation back towards lane. Honest able to collect Marky, but Marky and Morrow go 1 for 1. Dirk with that spam through the smoke is able to
again
tag down Morrow again.
This guy's crazy.
And Cobra still maintains position with the AWP. Has moved towards arch side to pick up some sort of space and try to recover the brackets control, but he will have an easier time to pull that one off, especially when Zukar's caught in that rotation. But the Moto Smoke has been deployed, so Cobra has to make a decision. Does he continue up brackets, or does he wait for that smoke to fade? And the decision will be to take that combat off and throw it right towards lane. A conversion for him, but Dirk, the unstoppable so far, is thrown into this 1v2. The HE grenade goes awry, but Dirk given plenty of space to plant this bomb. 40 seconds left, and Dirk is still convinced there's a player towards arch side, but if he continues his charge, he might catch the timing, but he turns the days right back, the Molotov towards site, and Dirk is going to be shut down. It's the AWP of Cobra that really spearheaded round number 8, but still a well-fought retake as Dirk was a little bit lost at the steering wheel.
Good fights from Cobra. You mentioned it, right? He just took his ones where he needed to. Trades played perfectly for Club 333 off that mid-cross smoke, and Regain tried something cheeky. You know, they caught Cobra a round prior walking through the smoke, and he missed his opportunity. They thought they could do it again. The Morrow nade out of Boiler kind of signaled, hesitation or miscommunication, of fumbling of something, and Regain tried to capitalize, but they don't. But they're okay with that. They break that bank account right back down for Club 333. They're going to have everything they want again in this round, minus a few kits, minus some head armor, but it's AKs aplenty for Regain as they go right back to the default. And an opening shot from Cobra tags Honest and puts him on notice.
Dirk's been doing great with that AK so far. Zukar going to be the one to propose a charge into the B-bomb site, and Dirk puts the cherry on top. So this B-bomb site completely secured from Regain early on, and it's a little bit of a change-up. You were talking about how the push and pull has been played. And so when Regain elect to just bust your door down, you are not going to expect it whatsoever. Honest, convinced that there's a player in underpass, but will not find the timing. So Morrow might find a kill on a Grape, but it's not going to be until later, unless Morrow opens the door, which he did, but it wasn't heard. So Honest hits the floor. Grape going to be the next in line. And although Regain will find a sixth, there's some good money built up for Club 333. The AK-47 recovered as well from Morrow, so even better of a look into this next round than they had just now, and the op shot just narrowly misses. Cobra's on to the fact that these Regain players are trying to save in church.
It's a good hunt, I guess, from Club 333 at the end of the round. They know that their fight towards Banana didn't go so well, so the alt-mid presence and lower mid hold had to still be firm. And it's a good couple of finds, right? They get to bring the AK Op M4 over into the next round. The loss bonus still at 2,900 from the previous, so they can drop and get everything they want. But as we enter round number 10, it doesn't seem like Regain have any change of plans. We don't see the Dirk Op coming online just yet, even with 5,700. He's heeding the warning of the Counter-Strike gods, as they say. Inferno, not an op map. But another Banana play comes through as Zukar takes the space for relatively free. Cobra's back, ready to rock and roll. Oh, never mind.
Oh,
what was
beautiful
that?
opener from Zukar. Reswing from Mason, had the right ideas, but wasn't executed in time. There was coverage for that player to try and go down, but Secret Agent able to offer up one of his own from Coffins. Molotov surely to force him through or back. And backwards is going to be the option. So as the rotations make their way in for Club 333, Utility is also running a little bit dry for Regain. Grape is going to be the only one able to re-smoke towards CT, but look at where Secret Agent is. He's ready to go through off the plant. The flashbang hits its mark, but Honest collects two for his troubles. It's Marky thrown into the 1v3. And at a certain point, you have to just throw yourself at the wall because these rounds have been slowly slipping away from you. And Regain about to put a seventh onto the scoreboard before we hit the half.
Winning the T-side half is crazy scenes, especially on Inferno and on your opponent's map pick. Marky started that retake pretty clean with the first as he grabs Dirk, but it's Honest to find his fourth in the round and post that seventh. Off to the races go Regain as they can smell that triple crown and Club 333. Well, they're beaten down now. Secret Agent, what are you going to purchase? $4,900. Couple of flashes, armor M4, and it's a comprehensive purchase for Club 333. But again, they need to do something. Aggression towards mid didn't find its mark. Aggression towards Banana gets caught constantly. And as Regain just play passive to start these default rounds, Club 333 are giving them most everything. Change of pace now.
I'd
CTs
really like to see Cobra go towards Car and try to find an early pick towards Banana. Just try and fight fire with fire against Regain, which more often than not, that doesn't actually work out.
Oh!
Example A, Dirk going to be the first to find a headshot and
Dude,
immediately
why
off
don't I
the
do this to my
pressure.
pugs? How could I not do this to my pugs? That was the best pre-aim I've ever seen in my entire life. And all he does is just hold A and left click once. Like, this guy's a star, bro. Great opening. And they're not slowing down. All five here. Regain executing cleanly onto site. They wait for the smokes and mollies to land, and they clear their corners. At depth, Secret Agent getting sprayed down. Nades to his toes. The cross caught as Cobra gets collected. Brennan smashes Secret Agent through the smoke. And there's no chance of a retake here. Regain don't have to go anywhere.
And look at the fights that Regain are taking as well. They're so confident. I mean, Grape is just running through the smoke with an AK out spamming. Morrow, not oblivious to it, but just letting them pass. for good reason. Might be able to catch out Honest, who is the low HP player in a 1v1.
He's got a kit.
He's heard the evacuation. There is a kid on the belt. Dirk going to be the one to try and save into church, but the alarm bell has been rung. There's opportunity for him to still pull this off. He's not actually going to commit. Still confused if there's a player towards Banana. And there was an opportunity, but slowly slipped away as Grape puts the parry on top once again. I mean, you have the opening course, the appetizer, if you will, with Dirk hitting shots. And then you have Grape being the entree, and then Dirk or Honest really being the dessert. It's looking beautiful.
Yeah, it's a 3-course meal here with Regain's T side as they play a default find the frags they want as they order whatever they want. And then back to basics here, I guess. Regain going for some apps control as Grape says, guys, it's my turn to find some frags. Come on. I can't just be getting these in the post. Honest up to 14 already. But it is the last round of the first half. A little bit of a stack towards mid gets dismantled. Marky is heard. It's a 3 push through apartments. Only one member here to support the hold on site.
And Regain have read this so perfectly. They're going to go into a weakened A bomb site as it usually would be, but Secret Agent has gone stopping through that smoke, converted a kill of his own, and made this defense a little bit more doable. The Molotov's going to force him into a fight that he might not want to take, but he's still able to avert the gaze. It's going to be Cobra busting through that smoke to find a kill. But Dirk and Zukar, you can't count them out just yet. Cobra going to hit the floor. Dirk still has to be cautious of this angle that Secret Agent is playing. The more concerning matter for the time being might even be that MP9 out towards Moto, but Secret Agent converts again. Zukar thrusted into the 1v2, but the attention is being divided, and it's perfect. Secret Agent able to put his team onto a 4th.
You talked about Grape in the previous round kind of just running amok, jumping through smokes, doing whatever he wanted, and that kind of just bit Regain in the butt there, right? They did a 3 push through apartments off good information, but they didn't hit their shots quick enough. The rotates from Club 333 came in, and the late rotate back from Regain as Zukar was 3/4 of the way up Banana when that execute came through on the A site. Kind of sold them down the river, and Club 333 with a pistol and conversion are right back into this game. 2 smokes, 2 flashes, a P25-0 in the hands of Cobra and Maru. P2000 for Zukar, let's go. Man of my heart.
I know you've been talking about that one in the games we've played.
I love the P2000, bro. The clack and sploosh.
I mean, if it's good enough for Zukar, it might be good enough for me.
No,
He's going to be the proprietor of the banana control.
What? If I use it, you're not going to use it, but if Zukar does, you will?
I think there's
we're the same, bro.
Little bit of reason there.
4 stack on the A site for Regain. Gonna get sniffed out here shortly, I think, but that early pressure from Zukar towards Banana with that P2000 might have scared them away. Club 333 got nothing to do with this, and they're going to take the utility towards the stacked bomb site.
Yeah, they're playing right into Regain's hand. And Regain haven't gone for any advancements either, so the only thing that they have is the element of surprise, which has just been thrown out the window with that smoke being deployed towards Moto.
Sasha comes back
does
through.
have another.
Sasha comes back through when this contact comes up short. He's just watching long side. Are they splitting B? This might be the call.
It might be. Sasha playing the jiggle angle, completely thrusted out of position though after spotting more than just one fight he can take, but the spams are still there, and it's not actually going to be a B-Rap just yet. Zukar is shut down, and there's the alarm. It's the dinner bell. Zukar now thrusted onto an island. Has an opportunity to convert shots, but the P2000 is going to have to reign true here and now. P250's spamming through that smoke, but still Zukar hasn't activated until it's too late. It's Morrow to chop his head off, but he's running right into the stack, and he's able to convert too. Brennan's right there with the trade, but the damage has been done, and Brandon, he's lining them up and knocking them down, and Secret Agent is the only one on the site to defend, but he's made an escape. Grape's on for the hat trick, looking for the 4th, but the bomb's being stuck, and Secret Agent is able to find the activation, but all he does is give Grape 4.
Dude, you talked about this guy on the T side, just finding frags in the post, being that, you know, elusive style player, just pushing whatever, and for him to find a 4-piece on the retake towards B site in a pistol round they shouldn't win. Regain seem unstoppable, and now with armor, $4,100 post-purchase. Grape gets everything he likes. Force buyback on the T side. It's a powerful one. Cobra with the AK, Galil in the hands of Maru, but upgraded pistols and a MAC-10 for Marky may not be enough. Regain licking their lips right here. 5 rifles, and they want to fight.
Yeah, they do indeed want to fight, but how much they'll actually try and push their range advantage comes a question. Mac-10 in Marky's hands, definitely a threat. And even the Desert Eagle, at certain points, can be. For now, it just feels like Club 333 are waiting for some semblance of information to be given up. Whether it's a push, whether it's an audio cue. Because as of now, they are completely locked out of... Zukar has an M4, just playing Hall Monitor. Will surely look for the resmoke once the first has faded. But actually, no, is going to hold it for the defense, and it would be wise of him to do that, especially when Mason's going to lead this charge with P250. So the footsteps have been made, Mason being the downbait, if you will. That gives an opportunity for Club 333 to gear up for this execute.
That top mid smoke that they just tossed actually locks Regain on a site. Dirk's going to be that first point of call for the rotate, but it's going to have to be Sasha and Zukar to stand tall. No utility, so they can't fumble through it. Execute coming through, and Club 333 are going to have to play effective here. Pistols to go first. Rifles a lineup from backside. Zukar only good for one. The Mac-10 sings from a distance, but it's Sasha to only find one frag. That Deagle from Secret Agent closes the gap, but it's a 3v2 going into this post, and Club 333 need to bolster this B site quickly.
But are they aware of how quick Dirk and the rest of Regain have been on these rotations? And I think the answer is no, especially with Cobra walking in unassumingly into this graveyard, but Aru has suddenly evened the line. It's a 1v1, and he only has 22 HP to work with. Grape has been a monster for the side of Regain, but he has to clear all angles, but he will find the fight. The pistols are whipped out, but Maru is going to hit the floor first. It's a nail biter from Grape. But they find double digits.
He takes a souvenir from the pistol round as well. He drops his USP for a Glock and adds some salt to the wound as they post a 10. Now that bomb plant might force Club 333, well, into a force. Regain on the other side are going to have less to work with in the form of weapons. Zukar MP9, Sasha as well, and Dirk looking down the barrel of the same. So it's a full house here. 2 rifles, 3 SMGs, and a pretty powerful purchase actually coming out from Club 333 off the bomb plant. AKs, a Galil, Mac-10, and that deed for Secret Agent. If he can make it sing again, there's a chance. Club 333 need to dig deep right now, though.
Yeah, I think we're bearing witness to what our good friend Quantum Deathcat likes to call the Force by Wars. We're going to eat a lot of damage from the HE grenades. That might be a Blaker big boom, but nonetheless, one is going to be exchanged right back to the corner. Sasha dropped down to 75. A volley of utility being exchanged towards Carr, but all off the back of one player, and that player being Mason, so I think there's an opportunity for Club 333 to try and expose this weakness in utility that Regain do have towards this B-bomb site.
Dirk just dropped off a couple of pieces to his friends, gave Sasha a smoke and a molly to play with, but the fact that much pressure's been put on by Club 333, the belts of utility are running low. Regain still control half wall, so it's going to be the T's time to grab mid, I guess, at this point. Regain aren't really fighting forward because they see what you just mentioned. Util belts running dry at 50 seconds, and Club 333 patient. A little bit of pressure towards mid, and they grab the space for free, but what's the call from Sasha as he just patrols B site? It's going to be Grape to hold apps. Site hold tethered, Honest and Dirk. Who else would you want besides those two?
Precisely. It's that push and pull of Inferno being played, and they're bringing it down to the wire. There's 30 seconds left. Another block smoke towards B. There's a CT smoke deployed, so maybe thoughts of this B defense that they are going to be put to the test, but instead it's going to be Honest and Co. on the A bomb site. Mason makes location revealed, but Morrow and Markey are able to convert kills when it matters most. Grape is shut down after his individual contribution. And round 15 surely to go in the way of Club 333, especially when it's just MP9s. And look at the positions where both Zukar and Sasha are. They don't want anything to do with this retake.
It took them 1:45 to put that together, but Club 333 come out on top, 4 alive as well as they all hit their shots. Pre-fires come through, good flashes, good placement of utility, and they just isolate Regain 1, 2, and 3. They're going to post their 5th round, and with 4 alive, that's good for the economy. Regain unable to get it under control as it's probably going to be a force buy coming back, and the UDC force buy wars continue. Let's talk about that big Blaker boom to start that round. Good utility usage from Regain as they dominate Banana. Club 333 want nothing to do with it. I think Dirk's rotation of utility towards Banana kind of slowed them down. He was unable to smoke and molly off any choke points, and it just gave Club 333 a free way in. Round 16. Force buy? CT side? Come on. Saving $1,000.
Grape got armor.
Yeah. There it goes.
There it is.
Dirk going to start saving for the op. $1,000 save for him. So we might get to see the CT side big green from the Regain Opera himself.
And we play out towards both sections of this map. Cobra going to be the one to actually push back some of these A players, but good chunk of damage back towards B. Zukar and Honest both dropped down to 52 HP, maybe standing on top of each other when that nade went off. Club 333 are still playing their hands right. Opting for the bomb
just
site
respect
that
the utility.
time.
Regain's utility is so powerful, Banana. Club 333 don't care about it, so they just take the space towards mid for free. They know how powerful it is. They see the numbers tossed. They just play passive on it. They're going for a little bit of a retake now as the stance on A increases for Regain. It's just Zukar with a smoke flash MP9. Refight into mid from Regain. Here it comes. Marky and Cobra.
And they're on the prowl. Oh, it's a sleeper from Dirk. Marky hits the floor. What more could you ask for? Sasha's too preoccupied with the angle his accomplice just faltered to. And the immediate rotation happens towards B. Morrow with the activation towards long haul, but he's the sole proprietor. There's 35 seconds left, and neither of these players have the bomb. Zukar activates from oranges and finds 2 scalps for his troubles. And Club 333, they waited at the doorstep too long. And that delivery driver drove right past them.
50 cal delivery driver from Dirk right to the skull of Cobra. And it was an easy frag. I'll say easy. It was just a point and click. He had the pre-aim lined up. And the remarkable part about that is once they found that first frag, Sasha closes the gap and gets the second. The drop smoke from Zukar baits Club 333 in. And he cleans up a double. Yeah, Grape lost the fight through the smoke. It is what it is as he tried to spray and pray to bait for his teammate as best he could. Regain up to 11 and 1 away from being 1 away as we enter round 17.
Yeah, and look at the AK-47s and who they've been placed into the hands to. None other than Honest. Zukar gonna hoop one up for himself. And Dirk doesn't have the AWP, which is a little bit surprising, but still, I think when the rifles are working out, why change it up?
Maybe
the opposite side, though.
Isn't he
Drop
dropping
3.
in safe base?
We have a MAC-10 in Secret Agent's hands. So I almost feel like there should be some early pressure towards B, but there's that signature utility. Cobra's forced into a fight, is able to convert for once, and now this hit is going to be slowed down, especially with the block smoke, maybe even some information gathered that Honest has made the rotation over.
No
Club
mollies.
333 are not going to be quiet about this rotation back towards mid either.
They can't execute on site properly. They have to wait for the smokes to fade. They have to be patient here. If they have a Molotov, they could have cleared out and maybe entered site a little bit quicker. But the fact that they don't now, they have to just try to bait out the rest of this utility. Last smoke on Dirk over towards Apps. Couple of mollies. Ready to roll, but the rotate's coming back. Zukar? No, sorry, Honest. Kind of jiggling between Library and A site. It's going to come down to the Dirk, Grape, Crossfire. It's Club 333. Look to pounce on the A site. Smoke's out. Flash and go, Honest. Coming back to support that long side, but he tucks into sight quickly.
Oh, he's in the cubby. He's trying to play around the smoke. Successfully does. Able to convert on Amaro, but Secret Agent is going to be the responsible party for his death in this round. Now Grape's going to be put under pressure. Has support from the pit player being Dirk, but Dirk is swung and has failed again. It's Grape instead to pick up the slack and finds a 3K. Has to whip out the USP, but it's not going to be enough. Secret Agent has 37 health left to his name. The bomb timer has just gotten started. Zukar has for sure heard the footstep. Maybe not, but the reaction is in time. It's map point for Regain.
The young gun versus the old head in a 1v1, and Zukar feeling fine as he finds the 1v1. The 1.41 rated superstar against Marsborn comes to collect. And now that 13-7 scoreline we predicted seems kind of far away. Club 333 on a force buy, and they found success off the back of this before. They just have to play patient. And Regain ready to seal the deal here and send it over to their map pick of Dust 2. No, sorry, this is their map pick. I'm getting myself confused again.
The Club 333 map pick.
Yeah,
There you go.
yeah.
And the buy is a little bit awkward as well from Club 333. Mario has a MAC-10, is able to make it work, but the HE grenade from Dirk delivers another boom to the field.
Huge. Look at the banana pressure, too. The change of pace from Regain as they know the fight forward comes in from Club 333 a little bit late. Marky finds Dirk on the cross towards Boiler, leaving Grape alone. Spotted now, and they've isolated both. Club 333 just have to group and hit, but which site do they go to? The 18 and 9 Grape or the 12 and 11 Zukar? Both with their weapons of choice. And all they have to do is get 2 because the other can convert.
At least you want 2 here to make this retake possible. Zukar's able to collect the first and makes the getaway as well. So although he only found 1, there's an opportunity for him and Grape to double up and find isolated duels and even play for the trade. But it feels like Grape doesn't want anything to do with this. He's waiting for a late lurk back through arches, but will not find it. Grape will finally reconvene with his accomplice, but Zukar has to lead the charge here, especially being low HP. And if he can find the initial frag, then that's even better. Grape has to be on point. He's been up on point up to this point, but Zukar actually finds the first. It's now Grape in the 1v2 against Tech 9s and an AK-47, and he converts the first, but isn't ready for the second. Club 333 stay alive for one more round on Inferno.
Well, is this force buy territory? Are we looking at force buy? Honest at 4,900, it looks like they're doing it. They're sending the maybe he's been called back. No, Sasha's spending the coin as well. So Club 333 back in this game. Regain with the force buy of not greatness, but they found success off the back of this once already. So let's see if they can convert it for that 13th. MAC-10 for Cobra, going to be moving quick towards Bananas. He doesn't give a damn about the low buy from Regain. He's just going to have to take a spatter of utility here. Only 4 points. Oh my god.
It's beautiful. There it is
Boost
once
on
more.
boost.
Honest able to convert. Cobra catches Sasha just trying to hide behind the sandbags. And Honest has been chipped away at with the utility and with that MAC-10, but Honest is alive and kicking. He is always a threat. You see that with no activity over towards the A-bomb site either. It feels like both Grape and Dirk have just kind of burrowed themselves in, ready for anything, but their teammates have to be the ones to hold the line here and now if they want to take this in 12 to or 13 to 6 fashion.
Look at Honest. The X-ray. Falling in love with the floor. Going to let Zukar take first. Again, no mollies for Club 333, so it's going to be a straight-up aim duel. A little bit of distraction here again. Tossed by Secret Agent. That smoke towards top mid. Locks the A-site defense tight. Zukar makes some noise falling off of second oranges. And they're getting ready for this hit. How quick does it come? Smoke CT. Smoke coffins, maybe? Flash and go. And they're moving before this utility.
Yeah, Honest is going to have an opportunity to activate. He's able to take that opportunity and capitalize on it, thinking about the swing through the smoke, but is punished for the over-aggression. It's Dirk and Grape. Desert Eagles in hand, but no real opportunity into this unless it's given up by Club 333. Cobra's going for the fight, but conscious of the fact that there's only upgraded pistols in the hand, so we'll play a little bit more reserve.
Lead shot did land there, but now it's just Regain to play contain. Can they find one more frag? Can they keep the economy honest? Club 333. Grape seems to think so. He's just going to stow away. Oh, what a shot, Marky. Click to collect Dirk. It's just great. They must know he's here. They know that they love to save in this position.
Oh, there's one. Lines the second up and knocks it down, and Grape is going to live, but whether or not he'll be able to recover this AK that was presumably blown away becomes the next question, because it doesn't get blown away too far. So a little bit of ball knowledge on display from Regain in terms of the bomb radius, which I think is kind of amazing that that change happened yesterday night, and Regain are already conscious of these angles.
I'm excited to see how many more little tidbits of information we're going to be able to find over the next couple of weeks. Like, remember Inferno A site, the bomb could be planted default and you go down the 2 steps into pit and the bomb doesn't kill you.
Yeah.
Or the old Doja X-God where he throws the nade into pit because you don't die from that close distance. I wonder how many more of those we're going to find with this new update. Honest gets given the AK-47. Why not? Grape, sitting 21 and 10, feels his power is more prevalent with a Deagle. Where does he elect to fight? The group towards mid for Regain on this eco. Good to come through, and Zukar forcing a fight forward. It's Cobra on the other side as they slip the line.
Zukar's made his way into the site. As you mentioned, like a ship in the night, Cobra has made his way into CT, so an opportunity for him to catch off any rotations that a little bit early. Actually, he's just going to act as a surveillance drone for his team. As soon as that smoke clears, he can check behind the fountain and look towards at least a little bit of dark, but Cobra instead going to try and press this agenda. Will he go for the backstab? Oh, come on, go for it. No, he's going to clear out a little bit.
Yeah!
There it is. Whip it out. The backstab from Cobra. A cash injection into the back pocket, and that causes the rest of Regain to go swarming out mid. It's Dirk to convert with the AK-47, but Grape is just surely going to pick up Maros. Now, it becomes a game of contain once again. Grape and Dirk find any more kills to their name to try and pad this economy. Or do they just try and play to take these AKs into the next round? Because that feels like the safer option.
The CT exit's already been pathed. Club 333 on the hunt for this one. Why not? They got that $1,500 beef injection into the back of Cobra as he stuck the knife into the back of Zukar. But I guess not. They're waiting, patient. Club 333 want everything moving forward as they know Regain's purchase is going to be heavy. Only one T dies, so it's only an extra $50 added to that loss bonus. But the money's looking pretty good. Dirk could probably glass cannon, but I doubt it. Grape could drop it for him because he's got armor.
He does.
I wonder.
Indeed. Get honest, that's a given.
Oh, dude, he's just holding the dig. You know Dirk's looking at him. He's going, hey, bro. So I got a question for you. It's expensive. It's going to be an expensive question, but I got to ask, bro. It's 12-8. They're closing that gap quickly. Can I get the op? And Grape's like, well, bro, I kind of want an M4. You do have an 8K. You know, you got to drop for Sasha. Conversation's being had right now, and it's just a quick tack timeout from Regain. But you know what a tack timeout is? It's a time for an ad read. Crossfire is powered by SCL. Run 24/7 gaming servers, review matches in 2D, and build real structure into your gameplay. Whether you're grinding alone or coordinating with teammates, SCL has all the tools you need to elevate your game. Head over to scl.gg for more info. Use Crossfire 40 to save 40% on your first month. All capitals, Crossfire 40. Back into the game, round 21.
And after that tack pause, a little bit of an even buy, at least in terms of leftover reserve cash, but they're just going to go running it down the throats. Banana's been cleared. Grape the only one to find a frag down mid, but that entire push has been stuffed. It's going to be Sasha next on the chopping block, but the Molotov surely to keep him at bay, and the rest of Club 333 can just hightail it back over to this A bomb site. And Dirk, I think the objective becomes to save this AK-47.
I want to know what the objective of that round was. There was a top banana smoke. Grape was down lower mid for a good 3 or 4 seconds saying, dude, there's nothing banana right now. And Dirk and Sasha just lingered behind that half-wall T-smoke. Not that they could have done anything because the kill came from Markey and Pitt. But maybe. I don't know. Onto the A site, Flood Club 333, and they're about to post their 9th. 2 AKs saved is going to support the purchase for the next round of Regain. But that scoreline has closed significantly.
Indeed it has. Sasha able to recover an AK-47, so the save not completely weightless. With 20 seconds left on the clock, there's still plenty of time for Club 333 to go for a hunt. I don't think Dirk is going to be exposed towards CT, or at least he shouldn't. Especially when the round score, the round differential is starting to get so dire. As that bomb timer ticks away, Secret Agent, Cobra, and the rest of Club 333 make their way into church, but whether or not Dirk finds the activation will be the next question. No, he will just completely tuck as a... Okay, never mind.
Oh, never mind. He's online. He's activated, bro. You were talking about this. You asked me if I thought there was any, cold feet or nervousness from the Club 333 side, and I said I don't think so. Cobra gets his head ripped off a couple of times to start this game. But now, as we're into round 22, he can see overtime on the horizon. The flicks, the clicks, they're going to start coming through. Dirk on the other side with a big green for, I think it's the first time in this game, and he's going to try to throw his weight around a little bit. His Secret Agent makes a chunky boy towards Banana.
Yeah, and I'll also mention that Dirk, although he has the AWP, is playing a little bit more of a reserved role back towards arches, so presumably will take a pop shot and then immediately fall back inside of the arch. but he might not even be pressured whatsoever in this round. Grape on the balcony should be the first in line, but Cobra has the AWP, so no opportunity for him to actually find an activation going outside of the balcony. Is able to punish Honest for a careless rotation, but Grape is getting a little bit antsy, and this could be where his demise meets him. It's a smoke for smoke exchange and an HE grenade back down lane, and Dirk has been brought in to bolster this site defense, but Grape hasn't shown me what I'd expect from a pit player. It's going to have to be Dirk to do a majority of the weightlifting, at least here and now, and whether or not Club 333 are going to give up the isolated duels, I think, is not a question, because I don't think that they will.
They only have 2 smokes and a nade, enough to execute onto the A site, and Dirk is going to have to stand on his head. How many can he find with the big green? Brennan from pit can't even get isolated to fight because there's no molly. Maybe a nade, but it won't do enough. Club 333 wait for this re-push, but it's not going to come through. Brennan lining up for the first fight on truck, but they're leaving. They're going back towards Banana. Sasha, Zukar, they have another smoke, and with 20 seconds. If they drop that, yeah, they did. Stuffed.
Oh, and look at the rotations. Regain's having hesitations about whether or not they should actually go towards this A-bomb site. And as soon as that CT smoke gets deployed, it's going to be the go-ahead. But they're just going to spam through the smoke instead. It's Sasha and Zukar to find 2. The boost comes in, and there's an opportunity to shut this bomb plant down. But Zukar runs out of ammo. It's now the 3v2. Cobra is late on this rotation, but he just acts as the insurance policy as this bomb timer ticks away. Sasha has a Molotov to force Secret Agent out of position, but he's just going to be outside of the flames ever so slightly. And look at the flank that Cobra's bringing in. The Club 333 members don't even have to peek because Cobra has the backstab. It's all onto Sasha to try and prevent Club 333 from finding double digits, but I thought there was a moment where Secret Agent wasn't going to take the bait.
That looked so good. The pressure up short side from the op of Cobra drew the rotates off of B. They did their best to find 2, but a haphazard plan to boost over with 8 rounds in the mag sends Regain reeling. Look at the purchase coming through. Yeah, loss bonus is there, but not enough to get what you want. We're probably going 24 here as Club 333 come through with the 8-case op armor. Everything you need for a comprehensive round 11.
Yeah, and Regain at the point where they just have to throw everything at the wall and see what sticks.
That Molly was so annoying, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Dude, how
Towards
deep do you have to
quad.
throw that? How shallow? It's like everything has to be a lineup in Counter-Strike, right? And the fact that it doesn't spread anymore and you need 1 pixel, Secret Agent just showing his years of experience as he doesn't falter. Zukar gets licked by that AK-47 through the smoke at Banana, and Honest caught. Arky staples him to the wall in apartments. New poster as Brennan lines up for the next.
Yeah, Grape has an advanced positioning. He might be able to catch off this sight hit, but as he goes charging down Boiler, he's able to find Mason. Dirk hits a sleeper of a deagle shot, but Grape cannot hold the line. Dirk, all he has is that Desert Eagle, but he's being pressurized from both sides of this vacuum, and he's been put under the spotlights, and he's converted a kill, but Secret Agent is right there to find the trade. Unless Zukar can say something about this round, it's looking like an 11th for the side of Club 333, and Cobra puts the finishing touches on it.
It's got to be attack timeout now. Regain, they need to take a breath on this. That's 6 in a row for Club 333. And this is sort of what I was talking about when we glazed over the fact that 13-7 might be an overstatement for Club 333. I figured Regain, once they get aggressive, they're going to take their foot off the gas. And with Dust 2 waiting in the wings, if they don't find success here, this might go those 3 maps. One more chance before overtime, and then pressure relieved for Club 333 as they're making their T side look pretty. Regain unable to find the rotate timings as that push and pull played a little bit better by Secret Agent. The namesake goes down to a big Blakert boom. 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 Not a great start for round number 24.
Not whatsoever. Already in the man disadvantage. I think this further entices Club 333 to play the push and pull of Inferno, but think about it. Now that Secret Agent is gone, he can just click through all the POVs and micromanage as much as he wants to, so maybe an unsung advantage, but double up into CT definitely going to come with its own list of problems. Mason cautious of the CT peak, knows that there's at least 1 player here. Oh, and I think there's an HE grenade lineup if he decides to throw it, but no, it's going to be both smokes deployed from on top of the half wall instead.
That's a great smoke timing from Zukar. 52, 53 seconds, slows down Club 333, no noise on the opposite side of the map. But they're going through this. Rushes and go up top of the smoke, and no one's going to be home right away. Zukar to take the first fight, finds the frag. Sasha slides through the smoke to collect his own, but Marky plays trade. Now Zukar just has to survive a 4v2 in this post plant. Should be good enough for Regain to post that 13th.
Yeah, Zukar able to escape. Spam through the smoke, not going to find anything. Grapes on the flank. Cobra. There's Honest. Honest is out of the round. In terms of firepower, this becomes a lot more difficult, and Cobra is taking the timing. He might catch off Zukar. He 100% is going to. He might catch off both Zukar and Dirk, but Grapes on the flank, and I'm not sure Club 333 are going to be ready for this. Marky's waiting for the jump up on the first oranges, but Zukar and Dirk have both backed away, and Grape activates. It's all on to Cobra. A 1v2 to prevent his team from losing map 1 and going into overtime, but he's taking away the time, and Dirk, he will find the kill, but there's no time.
No way! 7 in a row. Club 333 by a lotto ticket. Boys, nice 1v3 there for Cobra as well. And now it's overtime. $12,500. First to 16. A classic game of Counter-Strike, because I don't think anybody on the desk or us predicted this. Here we go. 3 per side. $12,500 means the op can come out 3 rounds in a row, and it already has. Cobra, Dirk, picking up their weapon of choice. The only person to buy a helmet on the CT side is Dirk. And if you were on my team, I'd tell you to buy a helmet in overtime. But that's just me.
I think to an extent.
Yeah, it's debatable. I always feel comfortable with my helmet on. Elbow pads, knee pads as well, but Mason's helmet doesn't matter as Zukar just smashed him through the smoke, and the Regain banana pressure continues.
And it feels like Honest has been taking a little bit too individualistic plays, whether it's the hero mentality, whatever the case may be, but I'd like to see Honest go back to his roots, playing an off angle like this with quick support nearby. And he won't actually capitalize on the frag. It's going to be Morrow instead. Find the opener for Club 333. And they bought a lot of space towards brackets. You can see that there's a rotation early towards this A bomb site, with only Zukar remaining towards B. The smoke comes out from Dirk. Sasha not able to find the initial spray, but that's enough to push Marky back. And the angle is covered by Dirk as well.
Look at how close they are in lane. Grape and Pit can't support the Dirk fight. He gets caught. Cobra still making this work, but look at the HP. That's a 1-bullet, 3-piece cleanup for the pit hold. Brennan has to piece this together. He's overwhelmed. It's Sasha from Moto to find a double. Now they rotate back into sight. The apartments piece comes through. Secret agent to find it. It's a 2v2 retake here. Regain quick on this one. So they got lots of time to play. Kits for both as well. Low HP for the last 2 members on the T side, and with no utility, it's a straight-up aim duel. M4s versus paying off.
Cobra strikes first with that AWP, not going to check for the second, so Zukar has a free walk all the way up, but the repeat does come in at the end from Cobra. And it's Club 333 to find our first round of overtime.
8 in a row. Just let that round breathe for a little bit. Let Regain have some time to think there. That's 8 in a row. Club 333 making it work as they take the lead back for the first time since round number 4. When Regain tied the score at 2-2. Now Regain shaking in their boots a little bit. Pressure towards Banana is a little bit lackluster. No nade stack, no extra utility used from them until I call it, and then it happens. Master Curse at 2.5 minutes behind.
The usual space take from Morrow. Marky as well going to join forces. Makes the footsteps known, but I think it's all just a facade to draw the attention back towards brackets so these 2 apartments players can strike. Club 333 feels like I've been targeting Honest and trying to flush him into decision-making positions, and they've had success in doing so up to now. He's able to make a right decision and does convert 2 kills for his trouble, and Grape close by balcony makes it even that much more easy to find this round. But Cobra and Secret Agent still stand. They have the bomb on the back, and Secret Agent is taking a duel out of Boiler, which he will convert, and Cobra should be close by to offer support, but there's already a flank coming in from Honest through Long Haul. Secret Agent, if he doesn't turn his back, he will be caught off guard. Honest is just pulling the trigger discipline, but does reap the rewards. It's Cobra with the AWP. A 1v4 is necessary to pull off this round, but considering they found the last, I wouldn't be surprised if he goes for it, but an unlucky unzoom of the scope does lead into the repeak and a kill for Cobra. 3 more Regain members is what stands between him and this round, but he doesn't want anything to do with it. He'll cut his losses here and now. The AWP will be taken into round number 27.
I figured he was going to go for that. Why not, man? You got money for days you can buy next. Put on a little bit of a show as he does find Honest in apps and makes it a little bit of expensive there. But that hit through apartments caught off by Honest kind of just sparks the Regain retake of lower mid brackets, and they find all the frags necessary. Cobra does his best to try to keep him at bay, but only finds 2. Regain tie the score at 13. And this is perfect for overtime. Everybody gets everything they want. 3 perfect default full purchase rounds in a row as we enter the last round of the first half of the first overtime.
And you have to wonder, when do either of these teams take their strat book and kind of throw it out the window? I don't think we've reached that point just yet, but I think Regain have hit that wall of realizing that they need to play a little bit smarter CS. We saw them having fun at the start of Inferno. It feels like that playstyle has slowly faded away. Cobra narrowly missing an op shot, but the HE grenade deals more damage. It's going to be a reroute of that AWP back towards the B bomb site, but Club 333 is still undecided as to where they want to end this round. The bomb still being outside of T-spawn is going to be my indicator of that, but I'm still expecting some sort of push and pull that results in an A take.
Regain seem to have these mid-round fights that they like to take, but once it comes down to the site holds, it's just utility and solo-centric. They're being isolated by the utility and the pacing of Club 333. And as you called it, A-site wrap coming through. Dirk on the long side, up, poised and ready, but it's Cobra who's been heating up on the other side. And he's going to go for a swing off the back of a flash. No one's home. Dirk, tuck tail, gets himself on site, re-smokes apps, and this might be the call for Club 333 to work their way back towards B. No, they're going for this. Everybody's here.
Yeah, they're waiting for a Regain overreaction. Rape might be caught out on the rotation, but he's just moving to try and cover this Moto smoke. Dirk able to strike with the AWP, but Honest is sat out by Cobras. Cobra has 12 HP left. Dirk forced into a fight based off of the Molotov, but Grape is going to be the sole proprietor of this A-site defense, but he's being swarmed from more angles than he can count on his fingers. The bomb is going to be punched in, 10 seconds turned into 40, and Zukar and Sasha are both already locked out of this A-bomb site.
How many times have we seen the A-site hit where Regain members just kind of get isolated? First fight towards Moto, the smoke had faded and he's walking back towards site, and then I'm not even sure what Dirk was doing. Just left side pit? Was there a molly at his toes? I don't think so.
Yes.
But he just gets caught. There was? Okay. So he was just individually isolated by utility. Take is good for a start here. Sasha finds the first info on both, but it's Zukar from apartments, and time ticks a little bit too long for his liking. Club 333 take the lead entering the second half. Neither team really having too much fun here in overtime, I think.
Yeah, and this is where I think things get interesting, because we saw Regain have a dominant T side, but whether or not that was just them coming into the server and being warmed up already and now facing some exhaustion from playing for so long, because they did play in that qualifier, the Blast Ordo or Circuit X Blast Ordo qualifier, I believe it was, pretty much all day. But I'm interested. I am very looking forward to this T side from Regain as to whether or not they're able to continue where they left off.
It's a good nade towards Banana. Mason put on blast there as he takes a nade to the face for 27. But it is patience from Regain as they expect Club 333 to take an early fight. They're just burning utility and trading alike. But it is patience from both sides. Cobra getting cheeky with it. Honest lined up, knocked down. 308 to the dome is bad for your health.
Yeah, bad for the health, bad for the neck, all the way around. See the rotation starting to happen towards B for Regain, but at the same time, that op of Cobra has been brought over to bolster down this B bomb site. Defensive smoke has been deployed. It gives Regain a little bit of a wall to sit behind to try and establish this utility. They're walking and playing right into Club 333's hands.
They got utility to clear everything out, though. We've seen this execute before from Regain. Tons of mollies, tons of smokes. They let them land, they let them burn. They force Club 333 into the open, and they isolate those fights. Here it comes. Great, patient.
Yeah, has to take the reins for his team here and now. The smoke towards Nubox actually is going to obscure the Nubox player, and he's able to dance around it for the time being. It's going to be Mason. Able to find another conversion. Doubles up, but Dirk is only good for one before Secret Agent just goes charging through that coffin smoke. And in the blink of an eye, Henry Bat, we are looking at Club 333 with a possibility to take the Regain map pick.
Yeah, Regain had 7 chances to close this out on their CT side, and they fumbled the bag, and now Club 333 with 2. AKs for everybody for Regain, and as they get chopped up on that B cross, even after finding the star op of Cobra and backside, doesn't seem to matter. 16 is the name of the game here for Club 333, and it's just patience from both sides as the utility lands and space is being gained, but the apartments fight's coming through. Cobra pressuring again, ever elusive with this op, and he's working his way down. Caught the
Opener
first.
found. Honest able to trade, rips the head off the shoulders, but still the presence has been made. And for once, it feels like Goliath is starting to take over, at least for the time being.
Zukar needs to do something over on B. Solo style, he needs to take the space. He's starting to poke and prod. He's got a molly in hand. There's nothing he can really fake. Patience and good patience from Regain as Club 333 rejig. 3 towards the A site. Secret Agent with a belt to utility towards B, but he's tucked in. And they're walking into the stack again. No, Mason's leaving.
Bad call. Maybe even a bad poker hand, if you will. Regain have gathered all of the space. Smoke towards Arch, smoke towards Library. This cements this wrap happening, but Honest still has yet to activate out of apartments. He should be the first point of contact once the Molotov hits, but Morrow and Markey are good for 1 apiece. It's Morrow that stands in between Regain and this A-bomb site, but he won't offer up much of a fight. There's a fast rotation from Mason. Secret Agent as well has still yet to activate towards top mid. The footsteps surely to be heard unless this bomb is going to go down to the wire.
Let's see if they can tether these smokes. What do they use these smokes for Club 333? They have time. Gets on both. Zukar tucked in tight.
Smoke to block off the pit player. Secret Agent going to be given the go-ahead to start fighting, but he's blinded off the angle. Mason able to find the frag, and Secret Agent cleans it up. It is map number 1 stolen out of the hands of Regain by Club 333 and Henry Bat. A result that I don't think anyone expected.
I don't even know what to say. 12-5, and Regain fumble that lead. It gets into overtime, and they didn't have their foot on the gas, and hopefully that doesn't come back to bite them on Dust 2, because it's, although a strong map for them, there are small things that can be picked apart. Great job to stow away that resilience for Club 333 and find the map victory on Regain's map pick.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of touched on how this might be the upset of Crossfire Season 5, but we'll have to see, because I'm really wondering how Map 2 is going to be playing out. I wonder if Regain have a ace up their sleeve, if you will, to combat the clubs, and whether or not they'll be able to pull off Dust 2. But with Dirk being a little bit inactive on the op and Cobra hitting the shots that matter most, I feel like he's going to reign true.
I think so. I think it's going to be a fun one. A-Site should be the apple of their eye. Force Grape to find those retakes and rotates through CT spawn and try to just isolate the kills that they were finding. We saw both these teams have great utility usage on Inferno to take the space to hold it, and it came down to patience and the execute. But Blakert, what do you say we send this to a quick break, and maybe the desk will take over, and then we'll come back for some Dust 2. So chat, enjoy Floofies and Big and Tall Matt. See you guys in 10.
Man, and we're back. What an interesting one there, truthfully, to say the least. Like, I don't even know how to go about that. 12-5 into 16-13, just Regain Whoever said it was a 2-0, you're I was said some choice words there.
Production, put clown makeup on my face, and while you're at it, put
And
clown
mine.
makeup on Matt's face, and
Yeah.
I mean, while you're at it, put some clown makeup on Henry Bat and Blakert's faces. I don't know what they were saying, but I'm sure they were glazing Regain as well. And jeez, that was a 7-round comeback to bring him to overtime. Regain were just sitting there, and then they were just like,
into the shadow realm they went. But honestly, it's like, I'll let you talk about your two key players as well, but mine, the second half hero, I felt it was Cobra. Ever since he got on that op, it was pretty much the nail in the coffin, right? We were just kind of slow to get things started on Club 33. Mason still didn't wake up even at the end of that game, going as many rounds as it did, right? But it was just, I really do feel like I'll let you talk about your people, but to me, the nail in the coffin had to have been Cobra with that op. He was solidifying those rounds and just getting amazing first picks.
Well, for clubs, the player that I was glazing in their semifinal game was Marky. Marky was their X factor. Marky was, I feel like, how they came out ahead versus Overtake Sector. And I wasn't expecting him to play tonight. He was playing with Voka earlier on in the evening, and then he shows up tonight, I feel like, riding a steed, and then it's the Morrow and, as you said, the Cobra show. And, I mean, we can't leave without talking about Secret Agent. Both of these players were just solidly finding openings, finding kills, making sure that there was nowhere to breathe for Regain. And again, it boggles the mind. 7 rounds in a row. We were all expecting clubs to show up and go broke and fold, but it turns out that they were counting cards this whole time.
Let's call it an entertaining surprise for now coming out of Club 33. But I think before, now that we know the results of this map, it would be interesting to think what the captain of Regain, Sasha, thought about this matchup going into this matchup, this grand final. So here's Mr. Henry Bat, a bit of an interview with Captain Regain Sasha.
I'm joined by the 2-time Crossfire champ, the IGL of Regain, Sasha. Congratulations on your 5th Crossfire Grand Finals, and thank you very much for taking the time out of your day to come and do this interview with me.
Yeah, of course.
Easy peasy. Now, first I want to dive into a little bit of history, right? 12 plus seasons you've been with Dirk and Zukar. You've lifted multiple online trophies. You've made it through to closed qualifiers. You found your place in realistically top 10 of NA, and you do it solo as an IGL and coach. Can you talk to the fans about how you maintain a team at a top level doing it solo?
Honestly, it's just about it's a game at the end of the day, so it's all about having fun. I'm just playing with my friends, so I think just don't take it too seriously. That's I feel like what's helped us a lot.
That's those seem like very calm words coming from a top tier 2 team on the brink of making it and constantly staying at the top. So maybe some wise words that the younger generation can live by. But now, as you enter your 5th grand finals here at Crossfire, you have an opponent you've never faced before, Club 333. Have you done any background checks on these guys? Have you looked them up? Have you pugged against them? Maybe do you know them?
Honestly, I know one of the guys on the roster, but I don't really know who's on the other team, so I'm gonna just find out when we play, honestly.
Really? Okay, so going into it calm, cool, collected, and not expecting too much. It is your chance for that triple crown here at Crossfire. And as a man of a few words, are you able to give me a score prediction? What do you think it's going to be? 2-1, 2-0 Regain? You think you're going to take your 3rd crown today?
Depends on if Honest is locked in. Let's say 2-0, but if he's not locked in, 2-1 for us.
Okay, so it's coming down to the Honest show. Now, I've been watching that guy for a little over a year now, and ever since he joined Regain, it seems like his economy, the issue that I find with him, has kind of come online. But yeah. Is there any shout-outs you want to give? Anything you want to say? Any kind of excitement or hype you want to pass on to the fans for this finals?
Yeah, first of all, everybody, I want you to get your summer swag right by visiting www.teamregain.gg/shop and use discount code SASHA for 5% off any purchases. Second of all, I'd like to shout out my good friend Emo Thug, goes by Georgie, for being a general good influence in my life.
Yeah, 2 great things, the Regain shop and his friend Georgie. We'll send it back to you guys on the desk.
This live stream is sponsored by SCL. an all-in-one CS2 training platform with a practice server, 2D viewer, and unique training modes like Defense Mode. Defend sites against bot executes that get harder every round. And Trade Fire, a pre-fire mode where enemies actually try to trade you. You can run every mode in co-op and track your progress and stats across all your training. Plus, you get an advanced 2D demo viewer. Use code Crossfire40 for 40% off your first month. That's under $3.
Even when there's nothing, you always make up something. You know I try to pray for you. Even when we're touching, you always make a fuss. Okay, I'm patient. Don't test my patience. I'm trying to pace it. You kept me waiting. I try to pray for you. Okay, I'm patient. It cannot wait 'cause you test my patience. I try to pray for you. For you. For you. I try to pray for you.
Ladies and gentlemen, after a wild affair on Inferno that saw us hit overtime where Club 333 were able to secure the dub 16-13, we move into Club 333's map pick of Dust 2. Henry Bat, I think we all expected it to get to Dust 2, which of course it has to, but I don't know if we expected Club 333 to come in with a advantage in terms of the maps that they've already won.
No, and it didn't seem that way until a streak of 7 in a row sent it to overtime and Regain over the hill at that point. But now it is Dust 2, a chance for Club 333, who are currently 1 to the good, to send it home and find their first crown. Deny the triple crown for Regain, but the fight out towards Long, and Honest says nay as he stuffs the gap and sends Mason packing. Collects Cobra as well towards the blue bin and stuffs Long control. Easy openings on the pistol for Regain.
Yeah, Zukar's going to be put under pressure, though. Morrow not going to be ready for the triple fight towards CT. It's going to be Honest first up on the chopping block, but he's already collected his hat trick. He's done his lifting in this round number 1. Narky and Secret Agent have other plans to reroute back into the A-bomb site through Catwalk, but Secret Agent has taken the contact. He has a smoke on the belt to actually deploy and assist in this walkout, but Honest has found 4, and so Marky, he is thrusted into this 1v3, picks up the smoke to try and aid in this bomb plant, but has an opportunity to isolate the fights. You can see that Sasha's been left on an island towards CT, and both Zukar and Dirk are doubled up towards Catwalk, but Marky has found the spot. He knows where at least 2 are, but all the guns are firing for the side of Regain. It's a triple peak coming his way, but Marky is still doing a great job at delaying. It's Regain just waiting for the smoke to fade, and then, and only then, they will overwhelm the singular Glock that was awaiting them. It's going to be Zukar defusing the bomb and Regain finding the pistol round.
I can only imagine what the communication was like for Regain in the time between maps, right? Probably a little bit of a breather, a little bit of a break, and then the captain, coach, IGL, Sasha, being like, boys, we got to apply the brakes a little bit, right? We have to start working as a team. Our solo-centric fights forward that found us success early doors on Inferno stopped working. But now, as the individuals step up, Honest finds a 4K. They win the pistol, and I think it's the first pistol for Regain, if I'm not mistaken. No, I think Graves secured 1 pistol on Inferno. I don't know. Cobra opens up onto Dirk. Scout v Scout action. A 5v4 with a minute 45 is good.
Yeah, Cobra typed something in chat right after he killed
Oh
Dirk.
yeah,
I wonder what that is, but
that's
something
my
along
new
those
favorite.
lines.
If I ever get like a 1v1 clutch, I type well played. It's just like a little bit of like, oh, you know what I mean?
A little bit of salt in the wound, if you will.
Yeah.
Honest already made that rotation back towards B, trying to offer assistance where Dirk was once supposed to, but the B side is where the rifles, or the majority of them at least, rely on. And Cobra is just spamming away with this scout, maybe trying to be a little bit of a distraction, maybe just trying to waste the ammo, but still at the end of the day, Club 333 are stacked up around B.
This is classic Club 333, at least classic from Inferno. Patience, 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 execute. And with only one on site, it's great with an M4, and he has the range advantage. There's no AKs on the other side. The scout could pop him, but he's tucked in tight. Flash and a go. Smoke towards window and door deployed. Maybe just door. Flash on the site. Rock and roll. No way! Marky finds the first. Honest clips the wings of two, but it missed door. Smoke forces the hand of another, and Honest going for another 4K as the rotates are coming through. Regain. Need to get this done. I gotta pounce as that bomb gets planted. And they're all here.
Yeah, shouldn't call the bluff, though. The Molotov actually going to force him to. Right into the window, but Honest with the reposition back towards the double doors is going to avert any damage temporarily. Sasha's going to be next on the chopping block. The flashbang will rain over the top, but still Morrow has yet to activate from Karn. Once that MAC-10 sprays, it is lethal, but Zukar is now thrown into the 1v2. Has an M4 in his hands, but still Morrow is high HP, especially with the MAC-10, and the double swing comes out, but Morrow has hit the floor. Zukar resigned to the P2000, but can't convert the shots that count most. It's Mason. 3 kills, a little bit absent on Inferno, if you will, but does the heavy lifting and draws Club 333 across the line.
That seemed like a done deal. Yeah, the first kill you lose Scout v Scout, it happens, right? It is what it is. Grape getting popped on sight the way he did. Honest's 3K to try to hold the line down, but then it is just that MAC-10 spray and pray through the smoke to find 2. Club 333. Off to a good foot here as they force the force out of Regain and are going to look for 3 quite quickly.
Yeah, and the lesser buy of Regain not going to help them whatsoever. Thought about a fight being taken towards Catwalk. Cobra put on the back foot, though, after finding that first contact, and does eat a dink for his troubles, so he still has head armor. It's not going to be a lot of HP behind that. Bomb is being sent out towards long. Meanwhile, both Mason and Cobra are having indifferent decisions on who's going to go where. Mason makes his way back towards A long. Cobra, I believe, is going to try and pull off some sort of a fake towards B, but I don't think it'll actually have much of an effect.
Regain are all here now. What's this execute look like from Club 333? They feel confined to this space. You can see the lower push hasn't been taken by Cobra. He's just chilling. They don't know where Regain are at all. The Scout trying to poke and prod through this, but Dirk gets caught. That should be the go signal for Club 333. Patient push onto site as the utility rains in. MP9, good for the first, spots a second. Zukar's tucked in tight, and the all bang from the AK finds the first.
Yeah, it should be a relatively easy round clean up if you are Club 333. The rifles against upgraded pistols not going to receive too much of a fight backwards, but still Club 333 off the back of a force buy in round 2 have bounced right back and stolen the lead early on, and I'm getting a little bit nervous already, Henry Bad, if this is not foreshadowing from map number 1, but still we are 4 rounds in.
What's the score line that should be happening at half on a classic map like Dust 2? 6-6, 7-5? What do you think?
I'm going to say 7-5.
Okay.
That's what I'm expecting here.
No, not expecting. I mean overall, as a Dust 2 map.
I'd say I'd still stick with 7-5. I think if that kind of re-emphasizes how even this matchup should be.
CT
I think 7-5 towards the CT side, but
ooh, okay.
In this specific matchup, I feel like we're already being disproven, especially with the conversions that Club 333 are capable of.
Well, Honest has an AK. He'll bring that into the next round. I'm not sure if the loss bonus is going to be enough for Dirk to get the big green. Zukar might be able to purchase minus armor. They only did get the 1 kill on Cobra, so it's only an extra $50. But that Honest AK is boosted in T-spawn, and the first fight Going to be Mason. Does he expect this elevated position?
Crouch.
Now.
The jump will reveal his position, but he's able to walk away with the frag regardless. See the hunt being brought in towards T-spawn as well. Grape, I'm assuming, is going to try and tuck towards the car, but knows there's a player close by to actually find his position. Zukar does go down to the bomb. Secret Agent picks up a miracle shot onto Grape. And Morrow able to convert another, so a little bit more cash into the back pockets of Club 333. They're already starting to pad that economy. You can see Secret Agent has $6,500, but that's before his buy.
Up on Cobra. He's got a pretty decent mid-spawn, and I think he's getting permission to take the fight. What's the plan here? Long door smoke deployed out. 3 members of Regain want to take this space. I don't think Club 333 have any intention of taking it just yet. Play a little distraction towards the B site, but it is just a default to come through as Club 333 try to piece this puzzle together early as they use patience as their 6th man here on Dust 2.
Long fight completely congested on the side of Regain. The smoke going to block any further advancements, but Club 333 looking to reroute right back towards mid. And this is where they become lethal. We saw the push and pull on Inferno, and they have the capability to do just that here on Dust 2, whether it's catwalk pressure back into a mid to B split. And I think that might be the early signs of what we're seeing. Secret Agent pulling a smoke from outside of B tunnels, and that should be the mid to B smoke. Flashbang over the top. Cobra's going to be sent in first with that AWP. Smoke's on both sides. Grape able to walk away with one. Mason finds the effective trade, and that's on to Honest as well. The chunk of firepower, but Mason doubles up for his troubles. It's going to be B-bomb site secured for Club 333. Zukar, all he's finding is commiseration frags out towards mid, but the AWP has been recovered, so an opportunity for that op to be taken into the next, but not if Mason rips his head off first. It's Sasha, a 1v3, but doesn't want anything to do with this, wants to try and play a little bit different of a game than Inferno and actually try and have some sort of economy going through their CT half.
Why did that seem too easy for Club 333? It was just a little bit of a cross smoke, pre-fire towards window and the door. Grape does good to get his first, but timing eludes him, and he gets caught by Mason, who finds himself a 3-piece, and the op going into the next. Regain struggling with their economy now, and this might be one of those classic Regain tack timeouts that they used over on Inferno, and they found success off of, but they don't want to call it. Not yet, as they save for the future. Club 333 looking to post a 5th here. Another mid boost for the Cobra op on the cross, but he spots maybe just 2.
Yeah, Dirk and Sasha yet to open up onto the scoreboard just yet. Not what you'd want to see out of your Opper, but still a fight being had towards long and even a crunch towards upper B. But Morrow is completely ready for this. 5-7. Not going to find his demise early on. The double peek comes in towards long doors, and so Regain have established that Club 333 are just playing a default off of those 2 information pushes. So it'll be interesting to see where they change their angle of approach to next.
Group up, clear the space out with utility march onto sites. You know the disconnect from the CT side is there. Cobra confirms it as he sees the jiggle from B site come through. And the apple of the eye is Cat. Rightfully so. Small angles to clear. Mollies can do most of the work, but a regroup from Regain is here. They have a flash on the other side? No, they don't, so it's just going to be a straight-up brawl for them. But Club 333 subside. Back towards long they go, and they press the advantage quickly as Mason takes the space with the AK.
Yeah, you can see the rotations from Regain already being prepped up. Cross smoke deployed from the side of Club 333. Cobra's found the spot onto the first player. Mason going to be the first to cross the smoke, but be the one to play Overwatch. Honest with the MP9 sprays away. Zukar's going to find the first onto the site. That's the 2nd time he's been able to capitalize from that specific angle. But Honest still awaits towards elevator. There's a reasonable argument that he could throw a cog into the wheel, but Morrow going to plant safe instead. Honest on the activation, looks for the jumping MP9, but can't convert it just yet. He converts the 2nd instead. Now trying to find the swing out towards Platt, but Mason will suffer the same demise his teammates did, and Regain will walk away with AK-47s in a 2nd round onto the scoreboard.
This is one of those rounds in Counter-Strike that everybody has suffered. You have all the information. You make a good call to group up and take the space. You use your utility effectively. but you push them back so far that you go blind to the corners you didn't clear, and an overlooked elevator gives the space to find the frags, and Club 333 fumble what was a bonus conversion against an eco, and now Regain's economy online. Dirk at the big green, $4,400 post-purchase for the man, and Grapes double op as well. That's going to be a bolstered B site, and Club 333 starting to eat into that bank account.
Yeah, but if Club 333 go with a full-out hit towards this B-bomb site, Grape's going to be put under a lot of pressure, and that's going to force an early rotation from either the mid player or one of the A players. So I'll be interested to see whether or not they try to exploit that weakness. Zukar, however, is going to open up round number 7 with a frag of his own. You can see that Club 333 are still playing with that passive posture back towards all of the extremities. And they've created an even line of offense across the map.
They're going back towards his B site. Grape 1 and 6 op in window. He has support towards mid doors, so he's not too worried about his flank. He can just stare down the scope. It looks like he's getting set up. Where's Secret Agent tossing that smoke? B doors? No, that's the CT spawn smoke.
Yep.
They're splitting B. Dirk is here, though.
Yeah.
We didn't get to see him wield the big green over on Inferno too often, and when he did, he kind of got popped. He was unable to find success on that A site, but it's another B split coming through, and he's off. He's out. Doesn't have a nade to pop it open either, so it's going to be a B site hold. Grape and Honest. Fucking tight, boys.
Oh, but they're playing so wise. They're not overreacting. Dirk's not going flying through that smoke to try and gather information. Honest isn't trying to make a hero play as well out towards mid, because they're aware that this might be the same setup that once they saw before. Charge comes up through mid. Honest going to be the first point of contact, able to take down Markey, looking for the second kill, but can't wrangle the spray just in time. It's going to be the head of Mason he finds, but Honest is good for the hat trick, and so is Regain. It's 3 for Honest and a third for Regain.
A flawless third at that. The bank accounts continue to grow. This is something that we talked about over on Inferno a little bit. We were looking for a deep bank account for the Regain side, and now that they've started to build a little bit, they send Club 333 onto, I guess, a force buy? A little bit late here, a little bit awkward. Maybe. Cobra going to save for the op. Maru, I guess, has dreams of an AK in the future. But Markey going to do his best donk impression here with that solo AK-47. Where does he elect to fight? He's already at double doors, minute 35? They're not aware of this, are they?
Through as well.
Honest seems wary of this.
He's found the timing to walk through. Sasha is going to drop an HE grenade off of spotting the shoulder of Cobra. The B smoke is deployed once again, and so the B-bomb site going to be put under pressure. Noah's smoke, actually. Honest is going to get up on the ledge, but actually the footsteps heard. Mason going to be on to look towards car. Won't spot anything. Mason's found the opening. Honest goes popping through that smoke, but it's only to his demise. Mason's good for the two-piece. The soda not going to come his way just yet. It's going to be Zukar fighting Morrow. Zukar does come out on top, but Cobra is going to put the cherry on top of Dirk. Sasha able to walk away with a conversion of his own, but the AWP being put into the hands of Sasha, and the AK still residing with Zukar. Should be plenty of reason to try and save both of these weapons.
What a distraction play from Secret Agent. He just spams the P250 in tunnels, and it gives Mason a clear path to find 2. And the weakness that we kind of talked about for Regain's B site being Grapes retakes of A, it's kind of going the other way as Club 333 seem like they want to take over B site more often than not. They're giving Regain a lot of space and faith towards long as Cobra got caught early, but that just confirms the suspicion. And they run that B course to find a 5th. Easy does it. Steady as she goes. Club 333. One to the good. Top right, you can see the score of the previous map, 16-13. Now is map 2 relatively underway. It's going to be a pretty perfect purchase from both sides as the bank accounts start to get eaten into for Regain.
I'm almost interested if Club 333's strategy has something to do with applying a lot of pressure onto Honest, because it feels like since Club 333 have been able to identify where he's starting, it's been nothing but B hits, nothing but mid to B to try and force Honest into making decisions that he doesn't actually want to make and taking fights that he doesn't want to take. And clearly it's working.
The fights he's taking, he's winning. He has 13. That's the same as everybody else on Regain combined. But once they do find him, you're right. They go to the opposite side. And even when he is on B site, he is kind of getting caught out. He's going his one and done. Brennan is not standing up to the task either. Dirk does towards Cobra on Cat, though. And that's a good opening. Regain's pressure towards Cat has been slow and calculated. Club 333 haven't really wanted it just yet. Back towards B site they go.
Yeah, but Grape doesn't have an AWP in the hands. It's going to be Honest playing from backside, so maybe Grape says, let me take the reins. Morrow.
Honest spotted Morrow.
On the chopping block, Markey able to have impact back towards Catwalk, but Honest does shut down that initial push. Grape is still unknown about on top of the double stack, so even more of a reason for Regain to double down onto this defense that they do have.
The last two smokes are on B site as well, so this becomes tricky for Regain on A. Mason setting up that fake B smoke again, and are they going for it again? Are they splitting B?
They're going for it. Mason scoped in with the AWP, gonna spot Honest on the jump peak, but nothing else. No way. It's gonna be a walkthrough of the CT smoke. Dirk fires a shot through, but little does Stasha know there's still players creeping in towards CT, but the footsteps have been made. There's 10 seconds left on the clock. The jumping off can't connect. Stasha is able to convert instead. Stasha has to jump on top of the car to have impact, but Dirk is holding the line, and he's found 2 kills. Regain, a nail biter of a round, but still one that sees Dirk find the hat trick.
You mentioned their patience. Regain's patience on these B splits. They have faith in Grape and Honest on the B site to hold it down. Yeah, it hasn't worked as many times as they'd like, but those slow patient rotates off of A site come back to collect. And like you said again, Dirk finding 2-piece there on the hold, 3 total in the round, gives Regain their 4th and sends Club 333 down to a not great buy. Towards long they go. Op shot finds the mark as Dirk re-peaks to his own success, and on to B site they want to march. Morrow ahead of the utility. They don't get caught off.
And Markey with the Hero AK able to convert onto Honest. Maybe not a Hero AK, but he's doing all of the work. Smoke towards windows, smoke towards doors, but the latter of the two is blown open. Dirk able to whittle down this defense. Flashbang over the top. Dirk sent in with the 5-7, able to convert both kills on his own.
I was about to
and
say,
this time it's 4 for Dirk.
Yeah, I was going to say, we've seen that Regain retake on B site get caught the exact same way, the default plant plus the cross in the smoke, but this time they move a little bit quicker on it and they score tied. That bomb plant might convince Club 333 to purchase, but I doubt it. It's going to be a low buy from them and maybe something group-oriented to test the resolve. But attack timeout. Everybody in chat knows what that means. It's an ad read, myhud. Chat, if you like what you've seen, Crossfire is powered by myhud. myhud is the ultimate customizable HUD for Counter-Strike 2. It's perfect for casters, streamers, and fans alike. Choose a layout, tweak some colors, add sponsors on screen, and get a full minimap overview. Level up your streams with the new Smart Observer at myhud.app. Let's get after it, Blakert.
Yeah, and one thing I'll also say is the auto observer from myhud, pretty impressive. I mean, I've seen a lot of stuff about AI observers and whatever else is on the market, but myhud's I truly do believe might be the one to go to if you're looking for one. So, as Henry Bat said, make sure to check out myhud.app. Crossfire does have a little bit of a link you can use to save you a little bit. What's not going to be saved is these rifles into the next. Honest, able to be shut down. Cobra's on fire with the scout, but the refrags are coming through. It's Morrow and Secret Agent. They only have upgraded pistols, but that hasn't sat them out before. They're looking to pull it off once again. Secret Agent picks up an AK and is able to convert onto Grape with the AWP into CT spawn, so there's a possibility for a walkthrough, and you can see that Morrow is trying to take advantage of it. The low HP player not being afraid to put his life on the line.
Oh, there's the nade to finish the final frag. Oh, it doesn't go deep enough through the door. Morrow with a chance now. Edging the smoke. Zukar 2 clean with it. 6 posted, and Regain starting to salvage their CT side. But an expensive round nonetheless as we enter round number 12. Double up still on the CT side. Dirk and Grape. They got money to purchase extra weapons. You can just hear them landing on the ground.
Yeah, and it's interesting to me because it feels like the double op is something we repeatedly see from Regain on Dust 2. But I feel like it's not had much or as much impact as you'd like. Facade of a mid-fight. Cobra's been able to implant himself back behind the blue boxes, but you can see that maybe the clear is coming through. Sasha going to be the one to spam down. Cobra's position.
I think they spotted the leg of Cobra going into that smoke. They just didn't waste their utility. They just cleared it with bullets. Oh, Dirk on the line. No way! Mason has been clean with these openings. B and Cat site. Cat and B site alike. He's just finding frags on a posted op. 4v4 minute on the clock, and next on the line is Zukar.
Yeah, but Zukar has that magic stick in his hands, but whether or not he'll be able to ride as good of a script as Disney can becomes the next question, and it makes him 3 kills. It's Regain to find 7-5, and Henry Bat, we talked about it, 7-5 for the CTs.
There it is. That 7-5 CT side half comes through, and it didn't seem that way. That 3-1 start for Club 333 had them feeling fine and dandy like sour candy. And now it's Regain's chance. Find a pistol and take a lead. Let's see. What's Club 333 have? Cobra with that P2000 still. Gets himself dualies instead. Gifted over by Secret Agent. Makes himself up a kit, armor for the rest. So it's a fight protocol forward for Club 333 and Regain. Want to get stuck right into it on Cat.
Yeah, they might be able to catch them off guard. Marquis spotted on the push towards lower, but Dirk is going to be sent to chop his head off, and he's sent straight to the Executioner. There is still a push happening towards upper B. That's going to be Cobra with the dual Berettas, and he's able to convert a kill of his own. So those dual Berettas at least having some impact with the finances that have been invested into them. Secret Agent has to stay alive, has the kit on the belt. It might not matter. Mario is knocking shots down, able to find one, but Sasha and Brennan trade right back. It's Cobra and Mason, but Mason's already on the approach and has ripped a skull from the shoulders. It's going to be a fast push as Cobra goes down into CT to try and find a fight, but can't work the dual Berettas the way he would like to. It's Mason now pushed down to 61, but Mason has the taps in potential, and he's able to convert the kill and a little bit of salt in the wound on top.
That's well played. Isn't that that's a sign of friendship from Mason to Regain, I believe. You bend over on top of the body, you say, hello, how are you? It's a little bit of a bow, you know? Nice things said to each other, I'm sure, as Club 333 pick up another pistol, up to 6 in Regain. Finding that opening frag, losing that lower tunnels push, forced up towards Cat, and finding themselves in a 3v2. Just can't convert. Nicely done, Club 333. They got fangs, bro. They got fangs.
Yeah, and I mean, talk about a player that kind of went under the radar in Inferno and has shown up in the map number 2, that being Mason. I mean, I feel like going into overtime, Mason had 8 kills at most, something like that, but there was still a lot of potential for him to get activated. But now it all comes into Regain's hands. I want to get us off of that coveted 6-7 scoreline, but we're going to try with a sneaky catwalk.
No one's home right now. Secret Agent's going to rotate in, but he's going to be behind the time, so he'll probably force his fight forward and take his ones against Grape. Longhold is home. Cobra with an MP7, not going to be able to do too much. It's going to be Maru to have to find these fights. And it's patience from Regain. They don't even use their util early. They get onto site for free. Long-range tippity tap of the MAC-10 does find the first frag, and that rotates coming in, but it's slow from Club 333 because they just exit B site now.
And the utility being reserved until late has done Regain a lot of favors. Having the ability to completely dissuade this push through CT spawn, but only temporarily. We still have Cobra out towards long with an opportunity to find a fight, and these flashbangs are really creative, so maybe a possibility that someone at the minimum is blind, and Cobra on the activation does convert a kill of his own. It's now all onto his shoulders, though, and he won't be able to bear the weight of the world, and Regain will find an 8th.
Name a worse feeling in Counter-Strike than winning the pistol and losing the conversion. I'll wait. I don't think it's possible. That's gut-wrenching right there. As Club 333 kind of gets sold down the river by a little bit of a Grape B Tunnels fight, and Regain. Good call from Sasha to be patient with the utility and just walk straight up onto A site. Now with the advantage, force buy back for Club 333. Regain look to make the funny number in the scoreline. One of 2 funny numbers. We missed the first one, I think. We for Sadie's sake, we didn't play it.
I mean, we got it in there. Or I got it in there. I can't put that onto both of our shoulders.
I didn't play it the way I should have, I guess. Oh, Sasha putting the NA in nade. He's got a friend there, though. Clear out car. But everybody's here. We saw Club 333 fumble this very same round against Regain CT side. Let's see if they change the tune. No flash for the CTs to fight through. Yeah.
Fighting into a stack. Grape able to trade his accomplice Dirk. There's still a player waiting to go through the smoke. Honest is able to play clean up for the time being, but the back 10 has a lot more effect than you'd think, and that gives Morrow an optimal opportunity to try and convert, but it comes down to the wire, and Sasha is able to prevail.
I think they're going to be happy to have just posted that number. They know Club 333 force bought back into that one, and for them to get the 9th on the board with just USPs on the other side going into round 16, 10 might go the way of Regain. But that got scary. I could see Mason pick that off up, load the round in the chamber. All he had to do was pull the trigger, and that no-scope would have connected, and I would have just fallen over. That was crazy. Good hold from Club 333, more than you can expect. And now Regain. Pressure builds. We saw that miss Molly in the previous round, almost a fumbled conversion. They're patient with this one. Mason gets caught on the cross. Good find from Grape, deep in T-spawn. Super annoying style. But it is just the eco round.
I want to see if Marky is able to find a kill with the Zeus. He has it in the belt loops. He actually has it in the palms. Regain are going to quietly make their way into the B-bomb site. Zukar being the tailing member with the bomb on his back. But just like the last, they are not going to find anything home at first. Going to rely on rotations from Club 333. Utility's still going to be there to make sure they're crossing all T's and dotting all I's. The smoke has missed again, so missed utility from the side of Regain.
That's 2 pieces of utility in 2 rounds in a row from Sasha. Lead by example, I guess. But the fact that they're entering a bomb site before the utility off the back of 1 flash trying to make the AK sing was very reminiscent of the round that just happened. I get it, they know what kind of purchase they're going up against. It's just USPs, they're confident individuals, but anything could have happened there. If the stack was home, Club 333 could have shut them down. It was just an easy tunnel. A straight spray. But it is what it is. 10 on the board for Regain, and Club 333 going to save what they got. Purchase comes back in the next, and Cobra should be on the big green.
Oh, has an opportunity to find some sort of kill if any of these Regain members expose too much skin. That will not be the case. It's going to be Regain again, the first to double digits, but we saw that how that fared out for them on Inferno. Whether or not we will see a repeat or a three-peat still has yet to be answered.
Ooh. I was going to say, Cobra didn't have the op in his hand for a second there, but he finds it. What's Bonzi taking? He's going towards the B site. Maybe he's expecting some sort of early fight, but he's just dumping the utility and playing passive. Oh no, I lied to you. Cobra's in CT spawn. By 3s and 4s. Quick control from Cat from Regain, and the block smoke comes through. Secret Agent not mucking about with this one.
Yeah, but look how much utility's already been expended from Club 333. They only have 1 smoke left.
Yep. That's on Mark. He's going to plug B tunnels here shortly, I assume. Default util coming out from Regain, going to force Secret Agent back. He doesn't even care to stay.
Yeah, and we're kind of in a little bit of a confusing round state where either team doesn't know what the other is thinking. Mid to B smoke and corner smoke deployed. Cobra still playing hall monitor with the AWP, but smoke makes it all that more awkward. Honest going to be the one to hit the floor. Cobra able to make the getaway, but still playing close, playing with that combat op, looking for more than what he can find at first. But Sasha able to convert kills, so is Zukar, and there's still 1 player on this B bomb site, but Mason is able to walk away with just 1, and it might be enough to present this retake on a silver platter for his team. But not if Morrow hits the floor before the bomb is even planted. Regain, staring down the barrel of 11, are looking to take their opponent's map pick as their opponent did to them.
What did I say last game? 1 away from being 1 away. Regain. Up to 11. Nicely done. Good patient round. Cobra's op does strike, but just for 1, and Mason overwhelmed. Sometimes it's just what happens, I guess. Both these teams preferring that B site, it seems. And Club 333, loss bonus adding up. I'm wondering what their purchase is going to be. Secret Agent loves to get those MP9 lower pushes. Maybe he will. Maybe not. Purchase not great, and they might just have to allow Regain to get to 12. What's your stance on that, Blakert? Are you a force buy, stop the 12, or are you a save, play for overtime kind of guy?
You want me to be honest? I am a force try and stop the 12.
How about you to be Blakert?
I'm going for the force to try and stop 12. I think that there's some really creative plays that can be brought out, whether you're on Dust 2, whether you're on Mirage, whether you're on Inferno. I think there is some creativity that can be put on display from Club 333 to try and catch off Regain, because it feels like it's been pretty standard from the side of Regain, and this wrench that's being thrown in from Mason will be immediately removed.
He mantles up on a little bit of an edge towards Catwalk and gets caught, but the response is clean. 2 for 2. Weapon utility advantage. Regain as they group up towards B. Dirk's rotating in to grab that bomb, and Grape's asking, "Bro, you know the smokes?" As Sasha dips his head and says, I don't want to throw them this time, boys. But in classic Regain fashion, they're just going to march onto site. No utility. Looking for a first fight and a trade. No one's home. Rotates will come in, weapons will get picked up at lower mid, and Club 333 going to play a little bit of a 2v3 on B site.
Yeah, and with all honesty, as risky as the play from Regain to just walk in with no utility is, it feels like it creates a lot of ambiguity in the side of the CTs before the bomb even goes down, because if they're able to walk in and not use any utility, there's no audio cues whatsoever until that bomb is fully planted. So, at risk, paying reward now, as there's only 20 seconds left on this bomb timer. Morrow and Secret Agent are going to try and take what they have and bring it into the next, although Secret Agent with the AK-47 definitely going to try and play a little bit more reserved, or so you'd think. The Molotov to prevent a rotation out of upper B, but now that puts at risk the lives of Regain, because they have to reposition back towards bottom mid. This bomb will go off, and Secret Agent's good for one, but does lose that coveted AK-47.
Oh, Grape went down. That seems weird. Grape had 11 HP, Dirk had 100. Dirk takes 9 points of damage. Grape, deeper in CT spawn, takes 11. Did I just see that correctly?
I'm almost wondering. Yeah, you did. I'm almost wondering if it's because Dirk was behind both the box and the wall.
Old school Counter-Strike, you could face the bomb and take less damage because the armor was on the front. Maybe not. 6 chances now, Regain. Good opening. Mason found. Second spotted on site. Utility to confirm. Honest collects his own towards Cobra. And it's just a straight B march. Morrow trying to keep them off of map 3 here.
Marky not going to offer much of a line of defense. Morrow and Secret Agent once again thrusted into this 2vx situation, but the resmoke towards door doesn't play them any favors whatsoever. Grape spams away. Can't find damage just yet, but Morrow won't find anything more than a 308 bullet to his chest. It's Regain to take the map pick of Club 333 in what feels like a little bit more of a convincing fashion than what we saw on Inferno.
I would, yes, obviously they lost Inferno, but it was that 13-5 that Regain fumbled, right? It was 7 in a row for Club 333, and I could see the stars in their eyes, but it is what it is. Now, on to Mirage, map number 3. Both these teams deployed good utility across both these maps. They had pretty good fights as well. But I don't know, Blakert, make a prediction here, quick, before we send it to the desk. Mirage. Regain,
all right,
Club 333.
This is a tough one to kind of call. My heart wants to tell me Regain.
It wasn't tough
but
at the start of the game.
I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong. It wasn't tough at the start of the game. But now that we've made it to this point and both teams have come out swinging to each of their opponent's map pick, I think that this map is even more of a coin flip than ever. But if I had to make the prediction, I'm going to have to switch up from initial. I'm going to think Club 333 might have the upper hand here.
Okay, I'll stay stoic and not give you an answer as we send it back to Floofies and Big and Tall Matt on the desk. We'll catch you in map 3 of Mirage. Chat. See you in 10.
And just like that, we're back here at the host desk with your boy Floofies and Big and Tall Matt. That went according to plan, it seems like, for Regain, as you know, this is the typical fashion, at least that I was expecting. Everybody firing all cylinders for the most part, doing exactly what they need to do to get that done. on the side of Regain, but very, very, I think they dropped one round in half number 2, and that was all she wrote on that T side. So Regain will take map number 2, and we will go ahead and see if Regain can win map number 3 and become a 3-time champ here on Crossfire. Loose thought. I
mean, you took a lot of the words right out of my mouth. That game is what happens if Regain closed it out after their, baller CT side start and didn't. I don't even know what to say about Inferno. Still, I'm flabbergasted by it. But you're right. We saw a much better side of Honest. We saw, honestly, though, I want to throw it back to Cobra one more time. Like, from the op to the scout, he was putting off some good plays on that T side. He made me almost a believer that this could be a 2-0 for clubs. But I mean, in the end, sometimes you got to know when to fold them, and that game very much looked like a bust. So we go into Mirage, which I referenced it earlier. That's where Regain were able to beat Marsborn in overtime. So the fireworks don't stop here in July for Crossfire Season 5. We'll see you right after the break.
This live stream is sponsored by SCL, an all-in-one CS2 training platform with a practice server, 2D viewer, and unique training modes like Defense Mode. Defend sites against bot executes that get harder every round. And Trade Fire, a pre-fire mode where enemies actually try to trade you. You can run every mode in co-op and track your progress and stats across all your training. Plus, you get an advanced 2D demo viewer. Use code Crossfire40 for 40% off your first month. That's under $3.
She said, promise me, nothing's gonna change, cause honestly, I've been on my brain like constantly. I've been going on my way. She said, I've been going on my way just to trust. And told me I'm so down to earth like what you thought it was. And I'm really starting to think I'm coming up.
From June 1st to July 9th, Crossfire Season 5 has gone through trials and tribulations, but it's come down to this one map to separate these two titans. Club 333 and Regain got to knife it out for sides here on Mirage. Blakert, play-by-play this one for me, my friend.
Mason's offering up a little bit of a fake, but it's going to be Zukar instead to suffer the first knife through the side, but Morrow and Secret Agent are able to clean up the work. Secret Agent is going to be the one to put the cherry on top and will gift his team the decision as to which side they want. Henry Bat, this is going to be an absolute slugfest of a map number 3. We talked about how Regain just beat Marsborn on this exact map in overtime, but Club 333 have looked pretty convincing, especially in map number 1, but whether or not they'll be able to continue the momentum that they once had becomes the next question.
The strengths of Inferno and Dust 2 come down to patience. Early utility, does anybody poke and prod? Do you find the frags? Can you group up and hit a site? Mirage plays a little bit differently because it's the CT side to find the information that you can't really get on Inferno, that you can't really get on Dust 2 so convincingly. You have to walk through these narrow choke points. But Mirage, mid, the name of the game. Club 333 elect to take that CT side start. I would too. And Regain maybe with a plan. Sasha, trusted with the Molly and smoke this time. I don't want to make fun of the guy too much. He's a beauty, and he did give me that interview. So over to the A site they go. Club 333, 2 to hold. Cobra in tow, but he hasn't purchased anything. $800 in his bank. He's playing the old Coach Curry style of economy.
Yeah, this A hit gonna be the one. Brian bust down the door of this A bomb site. Move towards jungle, Molotov towards stairs to prevent a peek. Zukar not going to expect the first, but he's just jumping to be a distraction instead. It's Brennan to find the head of Morrow. And the bomb should go down relatively quickly. You see that Marquis is close by towards CT to offer up a fight, but it is going to be an all-out brawl back towards spawn. As Marquis takes first contact, all of Regain goes swinging into the crosshair of Mason, but he's able to knock down 2, and it's all onto Cobra's shoulders. $800 in the bank account, no armor to work with, and Dirk will cement it. It's the pistol round for Regain.
A very convincing pistol round as well. A quick one protocol hit onto the A site. Utility lands and they find that first frag on tomorrow. Press the issue into CT spawn, and Mason's heroics not quite enough this time. And Cobra's save in that round is going to give him the op in the next regardless. The money's going to add up. All he needs is 1 kill to be able to get the armor. And if they can stack 5 on a site and find that 1 frag, be good enough. But would Regain expect the op purchase in the second round is the question.
I don't want to say that they will, but more so than I want to say I feel like they're going to be cautious of it regardless.
Yeah.
Whether or not it's a possibility or not.
Well, patient clears here from Regain. They don't use the utility to take default space. We saw the same thing over on Inferno, same thing on Dust 2. They take their risks against the low buys, and rightfully so. They've earned the respect of Club 333 based on the early utility tossed, but they finally do re-up those smokes. Smoke and mirrors towards the B site, as it is going to be Zukar, along with Dirk, to take the fights. And when they see nothing, they're going to call that bomb in. Smokes fade in connector, and vision towards Cat for Club 333, but they spot nada. Bomb's going back.
Honest is going to be,
Easy
honest is going to be the piece of information to really collect the footsteps, tally them up, and communicate that information to his team. Honest still being patient, though. Maybe some gums flapping in chat as well, but Honest is slowly peering into connector. Might be caught off guard by Marquis, but he averts the gaze just in the nick of time, and so Marquis at least has information on one of these players. You see that Grape as well as in T-spawn, but Honest is going to find the first kill. Looks for the second, but he's being swarmed by the pistols. It should just be easy cleanup from the side of Regain, as they will presumably take a second.
There it is.
There it is.
Second. 4 kills for Honest. A hot start for him. Same as Inferno, same as Dust 2, and this is the guy that Sasha was talking about. He said, the win-lose will be if Honest is online. He had an okay performance on Inferno, a better one on Dust 2, and now with a 5-0 start going into round 3, he's going to have to contend with this top mid, and you know he's going for the swing. Aw, come on, Honest. Take the swing, bro. I mean,
the other thing I'll mention
play,
is,
but it'd be fun.
Think about it. Sasha was mentioning how, like you said, this win is dictated whether or not Honest is online, and considering that Honest is only 18 years of age, it feels like that's a lot of pressure to put on his shoulders, but considering he brings the firepower for this Regained squad, it is a reasonable task to put him up to. It's just a matter of whether or not that pressure is going to be what actually seeps some cracks into the mold.
Oh, easy frag from Honest on Amaru into jungle. A little bit of a cheeky boost to clear unsuspecting angle. But we saw Club 333 do this to Regain quite often on Inferno from apartments towards the Moto side. So food for thought moving forward for Maru. Regain patient with this one. They expect a refight in towards mid as they bleed the final pieces of utility out of the Club 333 bank account, and they're going for a straight A hit up connector. Volley towards Cat. I'm an indication of the go call, and you can see the posture changing for Club 333 on the A site. Cobra spawn with that op. Mason tucked in a default. It's the Cobra op to strike first.
Yeah, Brennan's going to feel a lot of pressure to actually feel the need to clear out this AWP angle, but instead he swings in the nick of time to shut down Mason. Marky able to make his impact felt from Catwalk, but the AWP rings out from CT spawn. It's trying to get damage onto Dirk, but all Cobra's going to find instead is the visual of Dirk dropping back into ramp. That insurance policy coming to fruition, but Sasha might have put the nail in the coffin. Cobra still encroaching with this AWP, and Secret Agent just trying to cover his side. The HE grenade should find Dirk, bearing the fact that he doesn't back up any further, which he does. And Cobra, he's going with the battle op. He's going to have the head ripped off from Grape, but Secret Agent doesn't want anything more to do with this retake. It's a third round for Regain, and the first rifle round looking relatively convincing, and Grape is able to walk away with an op from his own as well, so that's surely going to be recycled to Dirk.
He was looking at that AK-47. He knows the purchase power of Club 333 is going to be nada going into round 4. And then I know they don't have the weapons for it right now, but they need to start taking mid control. Regain are walking for this space. They're executing onto A site with like 10 to 12 pieces of utility post-utility toss. It's unbelievable how much space Club 333 is giving to Regain early and not really fighting for it. With Deegs and 5.7s, the posture towards mid starting to come through. Who's that? Top mid, Sasha. Deep, waiting for it. Well, the rest of his team lines up for this A-site hit off his contact top mid.
Yeah, Sasha backs away, knows the threat of this top mid push, but still has to make the escape, and it is going to be heard from Morrow as well.
Oh,
Mason
Marky
also
tried to
going to
block
try and
that
recede.
smoke.
Did he, or did he just take fall damage?
He tried to jump off Cat to block the smoke toss because they heard Sasha lining it up. Gap closing, Sasha finds it. Easy does it for a double. Regain march on his side. Marky, I want to see a replay of that. I'll have to watch this back. I can just imagine what he's looking at. He sees the smoke come up in the sky, and he looks at it, he goes, I can make this. Jumps to try to block it, hit mid-window for no reason. Well, tech timeout comes through. Not sure who called by, probably Club 333. Chance for us to catch our breath here and gain our composure back, Blaker.
Yeah, I mean, this series has been an absolute slammer up to this point, and considering that Regain have showed all of the signs of a dominant team, but yet still threw away map number 1, still leaves me with some inclination of doubt that it's possible for Club 333 to pull this one off.
These are all 3,000 rated Pug Stars, right? These are all players who play this game. They're terminally online. They're all constantly playing each other. They all know the utility, but it comes down to the minutia. It comes down to how fast the IGL can make the call and how quickly it's responded to. Make a call, follow it. If there's any doubts, if there's any maybe nots, that's going to slow down the flow of things. And, well, Regain doing a little bit quicker than Club 333, but the purchase comes back. Secret Agent
And
Maru yet to do it, though.
To give an update, we are waiting on a cam disconnect, I believe. We're getting underway shortly, but still, I saw for a moment that Secret Agent was thinking about the op in hand.
Oh, yes!
And he does actually commit to it.
Rolling back 20 years. Let's go.
Double op comes out on Mirage. It was once Regain trying to pull that card, but now Club 333 going to take that for their own record. Dirk is still going for this mid-fight. Going to peer around the smoke, but spam doesn't help Maru's case whatsoever. Dirk is able to echolocate him, if you will, and convert the kill. Mason is tucked towards Apex, so an opportunity for him, but the activation happens, and Honest is too good to actually let him get away. Cobra, AWP able to convert, misses the shot towards ramp, but a swift reposition. And Marky's here to offer support to the AWP, albeit just utility, but he can still make his way in quickly. Honest able to find the frag onto the op and is looking to take even more space towards jungle, but Marky had to have heard the drop. He's going to be ready for the swing and does punish Honest for doing so. It's Dirk in the 1v1 towards CT spawn, but he's not going to be able to come out on top of the AWP as Secret Agent turns the donut into the breadstick for himself and Club 333.
That Palace position is a very tricky one to play, right? We don't see many pros at the top level consistently going into Palace and playing it every round. But it's bread and butter for Grape. And, well, that time, I guess he didn't let the butter soften before he tried to butter his bread, because he gets caught by the op and gives the opportunity for Club 333 to post their first. Only 2 survive. They collect both ops. And it's going to be, well, I guess a beautiful purchase still for Regain as we enter round number 6. I figured they would have had tons of money. And they do.
So Dirk will be back onto that AWP. Not to mention Club 333 still have that double op in play. Fight happens. Maru able to walk away with 2. Oh, beautiful. Especially with the flashbang comes in from Mason, but that forces Regain to stomp their foot to the floor with this gas pedal. And Honest is going to be first on the chopping block. Has to clear out the MP9 of Mason, but the spot has been had, so a great deal of patience still on display from Regain, as they're just waiting for this counter utility and the counter pushes to happen. But Maru drops into Sandwich, is able to find just 1, but it's on the high firepower potential of Regain. So now Dirk and Grape both have to carry their own weight, and Dirk has made that a little bit less intensive. Marky awaits towards stairs, but won't find the peek coming from Dirk. There's a minute left on the clock. And look at this. Regain trying to make the escape route and possibly even pivot back towards the B-bomb site.
They have tons of time, too. 50 seconds to go still. Dirk lingering a ramp. Now, Club 333, that was their first fight into mid, and it was a perfect flashbang combo. Maru getting a 3-piece off of it. Grape staving off disaster from that Palace push. A little bit of Bogdan's Law at A ramp as Dirk goes AK-centric. Back onto the A site they go, and Club 333 haven't moved. Marky to get the spot from stairs, maybe?
And they've been still as statues. Once again, taking a page out of Regain's book. That patience that we so praise them for. But Marky will have his head ripped off. It's Dirk to be responsible. But Mason, the sole player that was defending this site, is able to find the op.
Great shot.
But Dirk is converting. It's the hat trick for him, and Regain on to 5.
That's got to be the tac timeout. Club 333 come off the back of a tech pause. Maybe hurts their stride a little bit. They found those opening frags in towards mid, but that was a 3v5 converted, and beautifully done for Regain. No tac timeout for Club 333. They don't give a damn. Cobra back on the op with glass cannon style. Secret Agent on his preferred weapon, MP9. Everything on the Regain side that they could possibly need to collect a 6th. But it's another mid-fight for Club 333, but no one's home this time.
Yeah, and this setup from Regain is almost expecting that this mid-fight's going to happen. You can see Sasha still cautious on the other side of this top mid-smoke and might even try to find a look through it, but Dirk instead is going to sit down Maru. Honest finds the activation point from underpass, but is only able to walk away with 1 kill to his name. Mason tucks in this corner, so there's an opportunity for him to find a late activation, but Honest isn't even going to allow his reconnaissance drone to come into effect. Sasha finds an additional onto Mason, and it's looking textbook, these mid-takes from Regain.
Dude, what was that? Honest spots like an elbow and just dumps 30 rounds through the wall and smashes Cobra before he can even move. I didn't even think he realized what was happening. The ability to spray the AK like that is got to be studied for sure. Secret Agent making this expensive as he finds 1,200 bucks in an AK to his name, but caught off of Cat and Regain post to 6th. Another dominating start to a map for them, like they did on Inferno and Dust 2. Scoreline reads all red.
Yeah, all red except for the one. We can't count that one off. UBP back into the hands of Dirk. Cobra as well, gonna try and join forces with him, but it's been the immovable object meets the unstoppable force. Cobra's going into underpass with the op. Marquis has given up his life, and Honest is able to convert a second. Cobra still has yet to activate this. Op could do a lot more damage than Regain might think, but now he has the opportunity to be isolated. The HE grenade finds its mark. No Bogdan's Law will be required, and Grape takes out Zukar with an HE of his own. So the numbers suddenly flipped into Club 333's hands, and in the blink of an eye, Grape is thrown into the 1v3. Cobra has the weapon of choice. Mason as well has been firing on all cylinders since the last map. Grape is going to have to show that he's more than just jelly.
This is the mid-fight that Regain were looking for. They were expecting Club 333 to fight into this, and they found those 2 frags quite convincingly. But it was that second wave, that second fight where Club 333 toss everything in. They say, listen, we can't hold down sights if we lose mid. Fight, fight, fight again. And they find those frags with convincing fashion. It seems like everybody's getting a little piece, even Grape supporting that second round. But now 1v3 with time to play, he's headed towards A. Molly 2 Flash is not quiet about this. And this is one of the places that I kind of questioned Grape's ability when he was back on the Zomblers. The clutch factor, that anchor position who tries to get himself into these sneaky beaky positions.
Molotov will reveal the location. Mason on a little bit of an awkward timing. He's going to try and rotate through CT, but Grape has heard the footsteps, but he won't be able to wrangle the spray. Not like Honest can. This Cobra sends that op bullet right through his chest. It's going to be a second round for Club 333.
Now those bank accounts starting to get eaten into. Grape, maybe a Galil for that utility? Yeah, he's going to have to. Maybe not even. He's got 1,600. Gets himself a Mac 10. Perfect purchase on the CT side. Secret Agent, only one without a helmet, but I don't think that really matters unless he goes up against Grape in apartments. And, well, he's not even here. He's over on the B site, so it doesn't matter. AX coming in for Regain.
Yeah, it's going to be off the rip as well. Smoke for stairs, smoke for jungles. Honest is taking contact towards triple. Mason completely known about, but the reaction is in time. Morrow is trying to peer around the edge of this bench smoke, but he might be punished for doing so, but his timing is there. He's able to find damage, but not the kill. There's a follow-up from Secret Agent, but he just runs into the stone wall. Oh, but wait! Marky and Cobra. Marky able to double up, and Cobra able to find one through the smoke as well. So suddenly, this round has been flipped on its head, and the retake is possible for Club 333. They've doubled up towards CT spawn, and it feels like Regain are still convinced that these 2 players, or at least one of them, is still tucked towards jungle. The HE grenade to reveal a hint of the information, but Cobra's gonna go running in, has the battle up, and it finds the information, but Grape is able to cement Marky's death, and Grape wipes a drop of sweat off the brow, and Regain will find 7.
What was that? That was 4 frags, 1 for Regain, 3 for Club 333 through a single smoke. Cobra, quick as you like, my friend. He is locked and loaded as he deletes Dirk from the server, but not enough. Regain at least win the half with a 7th. Purchase comes back on the CT side, but at what cost? Secret Agent MP9 lacking utility. They can block not for that long. It's Honest with that spray towards stairs, finds the first. He just holds left click while Zukar takes the space. Marky finds the timing through the stairs smoke and collects his own. Mason's stoic hold on site to double down, and they shut down this Regain A site hit quite convincingly this time.
Yeah, but still Dirk and Grape stand. Dirk going aggressive with the op is able to send that bullet through the skull. Bomb has been picked up. Dirk swaps out for an AK-47, and a flashbang over the top of stairs will blind both Marky and Secret Agent. Dirk able to find 2 kills, and in the blink of an eye, it's just going to be Cobra, but he has the AWP. The position has been known, but Dirk finds the 3-piece, the 4-piece, actually.
Wow. Dirk and Grape, they just don't care, bro. They just continue marching onto site. They know all the information. They realize the gap is closing behind them, and they force the fights forward. A little bit of a solo venture there from Dirk with a flash supported by spam from Grape. Kind of, I was going to say breaks the banks of Club 333, but they get a pretty good purchase. Rifles for everybody, not many smokes, so it might be another classic mid fight from them, and here they go. Straight up the guts of mid.
Oh, Mara's made footsteps, but Zukar's not paying any attention to it. He's going to allow his teammates to be a sacrifice for him, and I'm not talking about the overtake sector player. It's Dirk. A two-piece with the AWP, honest on this lurk through underpass. But whether or not he'll be able to find the same impact in this specific round becomes the next question. Because the mid-fight has already transpired, and all he can do is group up with his team and try to break down this door to the B bomb site. But look at Cobra, already on the prowl, slithering up into apartments, is able to make the great escape with it. And Dirk and Honest, they have to reunite, they have to try and pull something off, but they have time to do so.
What a perfect call from Secret Agent to boost Cobra and tell him to go take a fight. A high risk, high reward scenario, and Cobra does the damn thing, and he gets himself out. Dirk taking his chances, walking up catwalk, looking for a fight, not going to find it. No one seems to care right now from Club 333 as they just sit pretty. Jail, market, jungle. Cross is held, retake on A site. Set up. It's going to come down to this Dirk timing. Can he find jail? Can he find the market cross?
Cobra having second guesses, able to activate and find Honest, but they're still expecting a second player into apartments, and Secret Agent is the insurance plan in case Cobra goes down. It's a third win for Club 333. And they might buy themselves a little bit of breathing room going into the second half.
Yeah, if they can find this round, that's 2 at the end of the half. Regain sent to the CT side, and we know the patience from Club 333 over the first 2 maps is of epic proportions. These guys are slow, methodical, team-oriented, and if Regain CT side is anything like Inferno, they're going to be going for solo fights that Club 333 might be able to pick apart. Here we go, Honest into connector, flash and go, finds nothing as Mason plays pretend from triple. Saves his buddy.
Utility on the A bomb site. Zukar able to find 2 with the Tech 9 and some miracle, but Grape is going to put the cherry on top to this A bomb site hit in the blink of an eye. Regain have a solid chance at winning a round that they had no business pulling off. Sasha's picked up an M4. The smoke towards jungle still lingers, but Sasha's spotted over the top. Marky's given free access to come from that exact position. Insurance plan has already been set up. There's a player deep into ramp, that being Dirk, and Sasha's going to take this first bit of contact to act as a facade, but the Galil activates instead. It's Secret Agent into the 1v2, and he has a smoke, taps that bomb, but isn't going to actually stick it. You can see that all of Regain are trying to not fight the bait, but not enough time left on this bomb. Secret Agent has to get off it, has to try and find something to at the stats, but instead, it's going to be a stab to the back.
Second knife of this game and a 9th on the board. Regain CT side. Let's see what they got. Right? This is a team that likes to fight. This is Sasha's mid-round protocols. He's constantly wanting to take that space. He hates losing it. And if Club 333 play patient enough, they're going to allow Regain to take it, and they're just going to clip their wings towards top mid once they start separating. Patience is a virtue, as it is first to 13. No rush to get there. We are NA, and we know 13's hard to get sometimes, but we won't bring it up.
Yeah, a little bit.
What's going on? A little tech issue in T-spawn, maybe? Sasha looking for a first fight, but it's just late smokes.
Late mid. Yeah, late mid utility. Sasha going to be first on the chopping block, but whether or not Marky's going to be the executioner becomes the question here in round 13. You mentioned that mid-window smoke, and that forces Club 333 to make a hasty decision, and that's going to be to go right up towards Catwalk. The shots have been exchanged. Zukar plays insurance on the balcony, but he's been hard cleared out. Maru is able to find the kill, and Sasha's only good for 1. So Honest has to try and hold the line while the reinforcements slowly arrive. But they still have a flank from Cobra. The Glock in hand. Actually, a P250 at that. Can wreak immense damage, and all Club 333 have to do is not peek, not give the fights away, but Mason hits the floor.
Uh-oh.
It's now the footsteps being the alarm bell, but Brennan, it's going to be Grape to put Regain on to double digits.
I love that idea from Club 333, right? Sell a little bit of a fake, no problem, but Honest, doing better than what Marky could do. I'm guessing Honest kind of just jumped in mid-window and blocked that smoke. I wouldn't doubt that Club 333 know their smokes. They probably landed perfectly, but the fact they threw them late, Honest sees it coming. Quick little mantle up, chest bump, fist bump, whatever, knocks it out of the window and takes his frag towards mid. 10 on the board, double digits now for Regain. Don't fumble the bag on this one, boys. Force back from Club 333. If Regain can secure this, it would mean 12. Of course, that's a 3% Maui Snake prediction here from Mr. Henry Bat. And I'm never right, because it is Counter-Strike and anything can happen.
We're seeing a little bit of that late mid-play coming from Club 333. Going to be a connector smoke only, though. Meanwhile, Regain still has statues over here on A. Marky's going to be information gatherer. Honest is having a difficult exchange out towards mid with Morrow, but now smoke has faded. Re-smoke back towards Palace, I'd presume. Yes, exactly where it's going to land, but that's just going to force Mason to expend his Molotov towards underbow. Grape able to find the activation with the MP9, but can't wrangle that spray. Zukar still gone unchecked in towards Sandwich and is able to reap the benefits. Finds 3 kills and looks for the 4th, but has to pull out the sidearm. It's an 11th for Regain.
What was that? Okay, Grape, fumbling your spray, bro. We've all been there, but he doesn't overextend on comms. I'm sure he doesn't scream, doesn't yell. He allows Zukar to stay tucked in. Was that Zukar? Dirk, Zukar find a 4-piece there? I'm losing my mind on that one. That was crazy. P2000 to finish it off. Easy does it. Regain up to 11, and Broken Banks, Club 333, going to play for overtime.
Yeah, Marky able to open up round 15 with a Desert Eagle shot onto Zukar, but Dirk and Honest both chime back in for kills of their own. It's going to be Honest to line another up, but Secret Agent is playing a losing battle out towards top mid, and the footsteps in the retreat might be capitalized on by Grape. He won't find the information. Marquis is given the freedom to waltz around this A bomb site, but Honest is already hot on the tracks and shuts him down. It's Secret Agent into the 1v4. And he's found a conversion early, but there's still 3 more members to work through if you are Secret Agent.
The man with the plan, top mid, and he's got to use his time. He can isolate these fights, but of course it's Honest pressing the issue 21-9. Sasha said he had to come online, and if he did, they figured they'd win 2-0, but maybe a little bit of a slower Inferno than we could have expected from him, so online in map 3 just as good. Secret Agent gonna waltz up connector, and you might find the back. Now,
Honest is so aware.
Easy does
so
it.
aware.
X12.
Yeah, it's an easy map and series point for Regain, but whether or not Club 333 will be able to bring themselves to claw back into this one becomes the next question. They've done it once, but do they have the stamina to do it twice?
I mean,
it's round 16.
Everybody thought this was going to be a 2-0. And I say everybody, you, myself, both people on the desk. We thought this was going to be a comprehensive 2-0. Regain started out Inferno beautifully. And they fumbled. On to Dust 2 we go. They close that door. But now, 9 chances for them to close it out against not great Purchase. Regain, your best chance is now to find that triple crown led by Honest, supported by Dirk. But we know Secret Agent's got some stuff up his sleeve. Marky with the AK-47 is a deadly duo supported by Morrow as well. Honest with a taser. Yeah, good boy. Get rid of it.
Nope. There it is.
Yeah, see ya. You think it's done right now, Blakert?
Hard to say. I mean, I've seen Club 333 pull off some amazing things, but with the way that Honest has been able to wrangle this AK-47 spray throughout this map alone leaves me pretty convinced it should be over. Dirk as well at 18-6 currently. And so the 2 upgraded pistols shouldn't be that tall of a task for them to stand up against. But they have to prove that they are the champions here and now.
A lot of respect being given here. Regain just playing passive. They know what's on the line and they don't want to give anything up. Honest Curve, of course, finds the first, sprays down the second. Secret Agent to play trade and tapping through the smoke is Dirk. Comes down to just Mason now with a Tech 9, and this one seems done and dusted. Sasha cleans it up. 13 on the board, and Regain are your Crossfire Season 5 champions. Congratulations, Regain. Commiserations, Club 333. Laker, what a series.
Oh, yeah. I mean, absolutely. We talked about how, as fans of Counter-Strike, we wanted this to go all 3 maps, maybe some predictions lean one way or the other in terms of the scoreline and what it should be, but still, Regain able to close it out. And Henry Bat, it's an honor to be able to run the grand finals once again with you.
Yeah, dude, second time's the charm for you and I both. I think this is your 3rd grand finals. You did Season 3 with Zeph, I think. Because you were part of the program in Season 4 because you had a team there, but it is what it is. Laker, what do you say we wrap this one up? My name is Mr. Henry Bat. I'm a caster here at Crossfire. If you need more or want to know more about me, right there on my socials, Mr. Henry Bat. I'm always around. Send me a DM. You want to cast, you want to produce, you want to observe, you want to work for Crossfire, my DMs are open. We're looking for people. Maybe it's you. Laker, send it. Yeah,
I mean, an absolutely slugfest of a best of 3, Henry Bat. Like I said, it's an honor to be able to cast the grand finals with you again, but congratulations to Regain. I mean, they had their struggles early on, and Club 333 were able to punish them for some mistakes they were making, but nonetheless, let's send it back over to Big and Tall Matt and Floofies on the desk.
Now that's more like it. Regain, making that look like it was a little 2-0, but that map one was a banger. And man, oh man, Regain sealing the deal with a nice 2-1 win over Club 33. Needing to go, well, all 3 maps, and that will make this championship number 3. Maybe those are the 3 threes we're looking for there in Club 33. But Regain, congratulations once again, Crossfire champs. Floofies, we both pretty 2-0, but we still got a banger.
We did. And I mean, you know, when talking about Regain, talking about their 3 Crossfire championships, I think it's important to look back and remember that Crossfire Season 1 was only a year ago. I know, it seems like we've done this for so long, but we just started and we're not going anywhere. We got 5 seasons under our belt. We started with $1,500 prize pool. Now we're up with a $5,000 prize pool. And I mean, we passed the important milestone. I got to bring it up on the semifinals, but we're up past 1,000 followers over here on Twitch, and way past that actually on other platforms, which is pretty darn cool to see. And like I said, we're not going anywhere. Matt, what do you have to tell us about Season 6?
Season 6, man. Crossfire, here we go. It's going to be a great one, guys. We are upping the prize pool to $10,000. We are quite literally doubling the prize pool from last season, now go to 10K. But what that also means, we're also going to be introducing more teams and more groups to give more people the opportunity to play against the best NA has to offer. With that also being said, the top 8 BRS or ESEA League rankings, whatever you want to call it, will get a direct invite to playoffs, which is now 32 teams, double elimination. Playoffs is going to be much longer than the group stage, but this is what the people wanted. This is what I talked about with players. This is the format people have been asking for. This is the money that people are going to be chasing. And just like sign up, load in, and don't get caught in the crossfire. That's the big thing, you know, as our slogan is, don't get caught in that crossfire. But
the money and the fantastic. VRS. The money and the VRS.
Yeah. I mean, it's a VRS enabled event, obviously. That's what we strive for. We messed it up once or twice, but you know, I think this is I think number 2 or 3 now in a row. We'll get the we'll go ahead and get that going. But I'm happy to be introducing this format. It's a format we wanted to do this season, but between everyone with, you know, me and my kids, and then, you know, school, and then Crown got busy, everyone got busy, we could not introduce it this season. But here we are, a little exponential growth with Crossfire, kind of like Floofies was talking about with the prize pool. But now, you know, I talked to a lot of teams. A lot of teams signed up. We could have did 64 teams this season, but fortunately, just we didn't have the manpower to do it, and just we just didn't plan it properly. So now here we are, giving it back. It's going to be a fantastic season, and I can't wait for it. The dates we have, tentative sign-up should be up here in about 2 or 3 weeks. So pay attention to Play Crossfire on Twitter for more info on that. But it should be starting, still tentative dates. Let me pull it back up real quick. August 31st through October 11th. It only overlaps a little bit with, there it is. See, shout out Will, producer. It's right there. Shout out Sadie for making the graphic. It only crosses over with Nostalgia just a little bit, I believe, towards the end of their playoffs, and then ESCA, obviously, we can't avoid that overlap. Outside, though, there should be no other overlap unless a random qualifier pops up. So go ahead and play Nostalgia, playing Crossfire, go to your frag events, play your ESCA. Every game matters here in North American Counter-Strike, and me and Crowner and the rest of this crew, we're extremely proud of what we've built here, and we can't wait to keep seeing North America grow. And I mean, Floofies, you know what? Fuck it. You end it out. Excuse my French. It's a frag stream all of a sudden, but go ahead and take it out, Floof. You got it.
I mean, chat, Matt, Will, producers, organizers, admins, casters. We got Mr. Henry Batt. We had Blakert on the cast tonight. They did a fantastic job. Big thanks to Regain. They've been with us all 5 seasons. Like, if it weren't for them, if it weren't for the participation of all of the teams in North American Counter-Strike coming out to join us, if it weren't for all of the players, if it weren't for you joining us in chat day after day, week after week, we would not be here. So thank you to everyone for getting us to Season 5. We're just going to keep on going.
This live stream is sponsored by SCL, an all-in-one CS2 training platform with a practice server, 2D viewer, and unique training modes like Defense Mode. Defend sites against bot executes that get harder every round. And Trade Fire, a pre-fire mode where enemies actually try to trade you. You could run every mode in co-op and track your progress and stats across all your training. Plus, you get an advanced 2D demo viewer. Use code Crossfire40 for 40% off your first month. That's under $3.